one, fight! You win! USA! Round one, fight! You win! USA! Round one, fight!
KO.
You win! China! Round one, fight!
KO.
You win! USSR! Round one, fight! You win! India! Round one, fight! You win! USA! Round one, fight! You win! Hey! Round one, fight!
KO.
You win! Thailand! Round one, fight! Tiger! You win! Thailand! Round one, fight! You win! Round one, fight! Round one, fight!
Welcome back to the Lunch Hour. How are all you vital idols doing? Wanted to run that as an intro today. I saw it on X. I was actually tagged in it multiple times. Thought it was super cool, super fun, super funny. So we ran that as an intro today. Goku remains undefeated, and Goku would beat Superman. You love to see it. How is everybody doing? I hope you're ready for the Lunch Hour. We've got a dope-ass show. Not only is there what's in the title card, the God of War stuff, and the Lego situation. I think it was IB the EB who tagged me in the Lego situation video, which was crazy. So I watched it yesterday, and then we're going to do some even more catch-up stuff today, because apparently GoFundMe has responded. If you don't know what any of this means, don't worry. Before we get to that topic, I will give you guys the Cliff Notes version. But we also got a little bit more. We got some stuff about Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Dog, Shocker, Fucker, Piker. It's gonna be a great show. Who we got up in this bitch today? I see Anthony Way is here. El Mervoth is here. Sevi with the heavies. How you doing, hon? Hope today's going all right for you at work. Sleeping Nova. Fab in the building. C Brew. Shout out to C Brew, my man with a plan. Jack SG2s is here. The Stream Elements bot is doing his job for as long as Stream Element sticks around. Vescarbino representing over on Kick. 13 Dragon of Light, I see you. Junebug may cry. It was unfair. It is unfair to challenge Goku. When everybody gonna realize you can't beat Goku. Free Flow is here. Shout out Free Flow. El Mervoth, don't know, but remember, according to X, you can't. You're an incel even if you have sex and hate women. Trust me, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Nicholas Patton, how you doing? I might binge the new God of War, but wait, during the segment. Yes, and we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that segment first because come on, we gotta lead up to it, right? We gotta lead up. It's a bit of a amuse-bouche, if you will. So instead, we're gonna talk about this first. We're going to talk about now. This was put in the reaction section of my Discord. This was put in the reaction section of my Discord, and I wanted to check it out. So, actually, this is what was put in the reaction section. Hassan Piker gets destroyed at ICE protest. And we are going to watch it, because it's funny as shit. But first, this came up in my timeline anyway, and I thought, oh, wow. 2 different Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, dog, shocker, fucker, Piker stories? Well, first, let's read what the New York Post has to say. Hassan Piker's seedy, sex-obsessed life, soliciting nudes, list of best breasts, and his separate laptop for porn. Bro, this hit piece dropped out of nowhere yesterday, dude. Published June 2nd at 6:19 p.m. This hit piece just dropped out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my God, did Christmas come early? Because we know Hassan does. So let's take a look at what this has to say. He may be the communist darling of the left-wing live streaming, but when the cameras are off, the real Hassan Piker is a shallow and sex-driven, sources claim. Although he recently debuted a more serious image, donning spectacles and suits for his broadcast, those close to 34-year-old told the Post he's still a pervy, porn-obsessed frat boy. Impulses, they say, get in the way of him ever realizing his goal of making it in the mainstream. Now, I will say that's unfair. I will say that is unfair. He is absolutely in the mainstream, whether we like it or not. When you've got the New York Post writing about you, when you've got the Washington Post writing about you, when you're being banned from countries and it becomes a political scandal, you are in the mainstream. So I do think that is look, as much as we hate the dude, and we do, that is kind of an unfair shot there. And the fact that he is in the mainstream is actually all the more worrisome. So, speaking of Hamas Piker, so I'm getting roasted. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Stop jumping the fucking gun on me, chat. Off camera, he is still very stiff and impersonal. Even on camera, he's stiff and impersonal. I can't tell how much of what he says he actually believes. He definitely leverages it to creep on women, a former pal told the Post. Sources noted Piker regularly boasts about receiving new photos from fans. Now he claims to watch porn on a laptop dedicated to that purpose, propped up on his chest. That way he can still see his penis. Yo, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What sort of article is this? Holy shit, this is getting weird. Piker, who this week has been banned from speaking in the UK over his extreme left-wing views, he was born in New Jersey but grew up in Istanbul, Turkey, where his parents hail. Sources told the Post the Piker family is wealthy, but aside from a picture of a younger Hassan on a horse in full riding gear, which he himself posted, few details of his early life are known. He is said to grow up in a horny and repressed culture until his dad allegedly helped him dodge the mandatory Turkish military draft so he could attend college in the U.S. Really? Wait, he a draft dodger? I didn't know that. Again, allegedly, who knows? Who's to say? This is all just what's in one article. But holy fuck, dude is a draft dodger on top of everything else. Is anyone shocked? Is anybody fucking shocked? Yeah, communist Van Wilder is a hell of a comment. At age 18 in 2009, Piker came to Miami, where after partying too hard and scoring a dismal grade point average of his 2.9, his mother, Olker Sedef Piker, made him transfer to Rutgers, where she had studied art. Studied art history. All right, and is this his family? That's an ugly ass fucking family. Holy shit. Piker joined a fraternity, Theta Delta Chi, and thoroughly embraced the frat boy lifestyle. In 2012, he wrote on Twitter, "The Bible for our senior year, 30 reasons to go for freshman chicks," with a link to a sexually explicit article on totalfratmove.com. He graduated the following year with a degree in political science. They just hand out degrees to everybody these days. Piker loved the college lifestyle so much that when he moved to Los Angeles after college, he aimed to start a Theta Delta Chi frat house there. However, he instead went to work for his uncle, Cenk Uygur, at the Young Turks in the independent left-wing broadcast network, which we all knew. You know, dude's a Nepo baby. Dude's a Nepo baby. Apparently, he had an abysmal grade point average, 2.9. Now, I can't say anything. I am, in fact, a high school dropout. I can't say too terribly much as a high school dropout. Yo, what up, Lithium Luxaturna? Appreciate you being here. But that being said, like, I've never thought, like, man, now that high school's over, I want to continue living that life, that high school lifestyle. Yeah, political science, my ass. To be fair, political science is the most useless degree you can get. Like, political science is right up there with, like, lesbian dance theory. So, let's see. Piker moved to okay, we got that. Enjoying his first taste of being a Nepo baby, Piker was heavily promoted on the channel, and his show, The Breakdown, became a success, leading him to gaining the Woke Bay around the network. The title Woke Bay around the network. From there, he broke out on his own in 2018, broadcasting daily on Twitch, the streaming channel, sometimes for up to 12 hours per session. He has since amassed over 3 million followers, making him one of the most popular people on the streaming service. Now operating out of a $2.7 million home in Hollywood that he bought in 2021, Piker enjoys a bachelor lifestyle, but displays lots of weird behavior. When he's not railing against U.S. imperialism, showing his support for China or Cuba, or saying he would vote for the terror group Hamas over the Israeli government, Piker solicits nudes from his female fans, according to a streamer he previously worked with. Pictures he apparently revels in showing off to others. Bro, that is isn't that illegal? I'm pretty sure that's I could be wrong, but isn't like showing other people's nudes and whatnot without consent actually like a sex crime? Sev, you're in chat. You're a lawyer. Isn't that the case? Was 16. I don't know if the fan was 16. I'm not gonna say that much. I'm not gonna jump straight to the pedo accusation because I don't know if that's true. Yo, shout out, Michael. How you doing? Hello, my favorite host who hasn't seen of a JJ. We'll get to that when we do the God of War stuff. That's funny. If they ever decide to press charges, yes. No, you're correct. They won't. You're correct. They won't. But in theory, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's not even necessarily quote unquote revenge porn. I'm pretty sure just like showing somebody else's nudes to a third party without consent. Maybe that is considered revenge porn. I'm not sure. I don't know where the laws go on that. But holy fuck. Sources point out instances in which Piker has been on stream and exposed explicit pics. Once while broadcasting with Cutie Cinderella, she looked on as he opened a clearly explicit image while broadcasting. On another occasion, he left his phone with streamer Pokimane while off camera. She also stumbled across explicit content on the device. YouTuber Mizkiff also claimed he has seen hundreds of nudes on the host's phone. Piker did. Notice how they're all the wrong people. They're talking about, yeah, okay, so Sev says it is illegal. That's what I thought. Dude, all the worst fucking people, even the people that are usually in Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Dog Shocker, Fucker, Piker's corner, are over here being like, yeah, this happened. Dude, they're bringing up Cutie Cinderella. They're bringing up Pokimane. They're bringing up fucking Mizkiff. All the people that are usually in his corner are like, yeah, no, we've seen all the dudes. That's how the dude that got into an argument with Nick Rekieta got in trouble. Really? Did not know that. CD Piker, who claims to have slept with over 300 women, also gleefully showed off all the nudes he was getting sent on Snapchat as part of an article by Cosmopolitan Mag. What? No way. Hold on. Has this been edited? So here's the article. Woke Bay Hassan Piker wants your fucking attention. Let's see. It's so dope, he says on my Snapchat. I don't know if there's any nudes, so don't judge me. And then, as promised, there are photos in his inbox of fans wearing a t-shirt, but it's about 70% nudes. Dude, Cosmo just printed this in like 2018, height of Me Too, with no well, I guess Me Too was actually a little after that, but even so, no, this would have been right around the height of Me Too, right? 2018? February 20th, 2018, and Cosmo just published that without a fucking care in the world. Dude, that is insane. All right. The article described how his messages are about 70% nudes, and then quotes Piker as he scrolled through them saying, whoa, that's crazy. That was like actually her blowing someone. I don't ever like talk to these people. That's butt stuff. Cool. What the fuck, dude? Having Snapchat as a male celebrity is a huge red flag to begin with, said one source, noting the app is mainly used by teenagers. Piker has also admitted sending news to other people to Will Neff, his streamer pal, raising concerns over issues of consent. He even joked about keeping boobs of note list. He said on one stream, adding, the boobs I send, every now and again I see a pair in that concussion-inducing, and I'll send it to Will. In the video, one of the male companions says, add me to that list, while a female deadpans, let me know where that list is so I know not to look at it. Piker also previously discussed his penchant for webcam sex in a live stream, saying he keeps his camera off to protect my identity while getting off to those on the other side of it. This guy's a degenerate. He's like he is an absolute degenerate. Yeah, he's a cuck. It's almost like leftists are hypocrites. It's because they are. It's because what are. I must have missed the what that correlates to. He showed it to one dude on stream and he got convicted hard. Damn. Oh, it's almost like the left are hypocrites. It's because they are. Okay, you were responding to Matt. That makes sense, bro. Like I assumed the dude had a negative history. We're talking about old enough to count, old enough to count, old enough to mount Piker here. But how did they get this information? How did they get this information? This is one hell of a fucking hit piece. Another source who spoke to the post on the condition of anonymity simply described Piker as a pathological liar. Well, he's a leftist. That has nothing to do with Hassan. Like, every leftist is a pathological liar. Piker, who appears to be single and still broadcasts around 7 hours a day, appears quite insatiable. Neff recently described a night out with him was like going out with a zealot who could only be satiated by intercourse. His porn obsession extends to posting a video from the Adult Entertainment XBIZ Awards and having an on-off relationship with porn star Janice Griffith. Yeah, of course, dude is so fucked in the brain he thinks that you could turn a hoe into a housewife. On previous streams, he's admitted to having sex with prostitutes and visiting a brothel in Germany for sex, a brothel that was rated for having underage girls employed there, at least one, just for those of you guys that need a reminder. Piker was also drawn scrutiny for comments involving disgraced music mogul Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, who is in federal prison on prostitution-related charges. I would love to hang in Diddy's Ciroc vodka entourage. Is Ciroc, is that correct? I don't know. And trickle down bang anything thrown his way, Piker tweeted in 2012. Years later, he claimed to have actually attended a Diddy after party at Coachella Music Festival where some real weird pedo thing featuring a very young girl was allegedly playing on screen. Aside from sex, Piker's political screeds have turned out very lucrative. Sorry. Sorry, I just had my Alexa start freaking out. I don't know why. That was nerve-wracking. Like, we're over here talking about fucking Diddy and shit. The next thing I know, my Alexa turns on. That's creepy. That's weird. It's almost like they're listening. Where were we? His political screeds have turned out very lucrative, earning him mockery for his lavish champagne socialist lifestyle because he's a communist in a Gucci bag. He may rail against wealth inequality, but lives alongside Los Angeles influencer elite. Leaked Twitch payout data previously showed he earned more than $2 million from the platform alone over a 2-year span. Now, mind you, that is not without sponsorships. That's not including paid speaking engagements. So that's $2 million just from Twitch. Then there's, of course, everything else that's going to come with it. Let's see. Nowhere was his hypocrisy more prominently on display than when he went on a humanitarian aid flotilla trip to Cuba earlier this year. We know all about that. Let's see. So yeah, that pretty much ends the whole like sexual aspect of it. But I saw that hit piece, thought, holy fuck, we had to talk about it. That was crazy. That was insane. Used to watch streamers from the group OTK. They share a lot of streams. But yeah, and now we're going to get into it. If you guys haven't seen the video, now I haven't seen Jeremy's coverage of it. I've not seen Jeremy's coverage of this, but I have seen the video that I assume he's going to go over, and it's funny as fuck. Like, it is absolutely hilarious.
In New Jersey, with all of the anti-ICE protests, we needed a hero to show up. A hero needed to show up, and a hero did show up. And the hero goes by the name of, well, there you have it. All right. Deep.
Look at Jeremy on his white boy shit. The heroes are go by the name. Yes, this right here. Jeremy went real Matt Walsh real quick. Went all up on his white boy shit.
Deployed at the scene at Delaney Hall in New Jersey. successfully defends the ICE detention center from Hassan Piker. All right.
Hassan Piker showed up to a protest at the Delaney ICE Center, or it's a detention center in.
By the way, it wasn't really a protest. I saw the camera footage. There was like 12 people there. Okay, sure. Maybe you can call it a protest. There was like 12 fucking people there.
Newark, New Jersey.
Protests have been going on.
Yeah, and he left quite quickly.
As a real black man, I can obviously say it. Say what? Say nigga? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been given the pass so many times. Absolutely.
They keep protesting and we keep showing support for them with the hopes that
This is my new favorite video on the internet. I freaking love this. This is N-words for Trump is the best thing ever.
eventually it gets to a point where these institutions that are doing this violence feel a sense of accountability and they change.
That's political philosophy, right? That's what it says.
There's if he doesn't play the whole thing, I will play the whole thing, because there was one line in this that had me fucking dying. It's not even something he says to Hassan. It's actually something he says to someone else. It's so fucking funny.
Just so we have, in case everybody, if you need to know who this person is, all right, and who this.
Nah, hold on. I'll keep listening to Jeremy's coverage. I will. But since this was on Crowder's stream, they're playing the censored version. We're not playing no goddamn censored version. So you need to give me a moment. I will pull up the full uncensored version. All right, pause. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it via Instagram. So we're gonna have to do it via, because this is the only place I know where it is. But this is the uncensored version. Just wait.
This violence feel a sense of accountability and they change.
That's political philosophy, right? That's what it says.
They getting him out of there. He just got to. Something just happened, bro. Something just happened. Be careful. I just seen a nigga bust his ass right there. Wait, what happened? What happened that quick? What happened?
He's a fucking fraud. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. People
follow him
because they got money.
Yeah.
Look at him running. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Fuck Twitch. They get out of here with them view bots. You view botting pussy. The fuck out of here, you view botting bitch. The fuck out of here, nigga. Go back to your desktop, you dog abuser.
You
Fucking dog abuser. You abuse dogs, huh? You fucking bitch. You abuse dogs, right? How about we abuse you? You fucking punk. You abuse dogs. Word. What's up? What's up? You abuse dogs too?
Okay,
What's up?
now, I don't know if you guys can see it on screen. Because I know that, because I can't like make it any larger or whatnot, because Instagram sucks. This visage right here, this silhouette you're seeing, this is a woman. This is a woman. Just wait.
You fucking dog abuser, get the fuck out of my shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck Twitch. Go suck Dan Clancy dick. Punk, yeah, I ain't talking to you. Respect women, queen. I would never disrespect you, queen. Stay in your lane.
And that's it right there. Okay, so I won't lie. I've not seen past this part. I died laughing so hard while I was watching this yesterday. Shout out to Aaron Jenkins for sending this to me. Dude, hey, queen, I would never disrespect you. I would never disrespect women. No, stay in your lane. Like, that was fucking great. Never disrespect you, queen. Stay in your lane. Fucking based. Holy shit.
This for my people right here. I don't even know this nigga. This is my people. Fuck you, fuck Twitch. You dog abusing bitch. Yeah, you dog abuser. Yeah. You abuse dogs, right? You think that's sexy? You think that's sexy? You think don't touch me. You think abusing dogs is sexy? You think abusing dogs is sexy? You think abusing dogs is sexy, you weird ass bitch? What's up?
It's not just him.
Okay, so fuck him then. Fuck him then. Why you walking with him if he did it?
It's not just him. Well, fuck them all. The fuck do I get? Well, fuck them all then. Bro, this dude is a legend.
Why you walking with him if he abuses dog? Why you walking with him if he abuses dog? So if you condone that, fuck you too. Okay, come on. Come on. Yeah, we can run. Let's run. Let's run, baby. I like running. Let's run. Let's run. Let's run. Oh, I like your red hair. That's
I didn't
nice.
know this clip was so long.
You abuse dogs, you fucking weirdo. You abuse dogs, you weirdo. Fuck Twitch. Don't touch me. I didn't touch shit. Get shit. Yo, you smell like shit, though. Back up. You do. Fuck Twitch. Fuck Twitch and fuck you. Fuck Twitch and fuck you. You fucking view botter. Yo, you abuse.
Bro, you know Hassan is so confused right now. You know Hassan is so confused. No, you poor little Negro. I'm doing this for you. You're brainwashed. You don't understand. I'm doing this to help all the poor little Negroes for Trump. Like,
Use your dog? That's crazy, bro. Yo, your dog got a shot collar? What you angry about? Your dog got a shot collar?
Get the fuck out of here.
What, you gonna hit me?
What are you angry? No, I'm not gonna hit you.
Okay, so what? I'm in public, though. Freedom of speech. He's a dog abuser. He's a dog abuser. He's a dog abuser. Why are you condoning a dog abuser? Fuck Twitch. You abuse your dog. You abuse
Institutions that are
yeah.
doing this violence.
And so that's the clip. Again, we'll go back to Jeremy's video. I want to give Jeremy the view and whatnot. But since it was very obvious that since he's using Crowder, they're playing the censored version, we weren't going to listen to no actual censored version. We need to listen to the real deal. That's any way he thinks. They're just paid to oppose him, so they have internalized oppression or something. Exactly. Correct.
Group is it's this guy right here, okay? An absolute legend beyond belief.
I'm here to support President Trump. You want to know why I'm here to support President Trump? Because they done did black men like this for decades. Make up charges and put them, so I know Trump is innocent.
Whoa. Fab, are you trying to tell me that PETA doesn't actually care? That PETA doesn't actually care about animals? I don't know. PETA sure loves killing animals.
Support Trump against this corrupt, two-tiered justice system. That's why I'm here to show my support as a black man for Trump. And I'm wearing my shirt, Niggas for Trump 2024, and I mean that.
What do you think about the indictment?
Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's going around the country. You know, Fannie Willis, she went to school with my sister. She's full of shit. She was full of shit.
PETA was still around? Yes,
she's
they
a
are.
puppet for the white liberal. And that is controlling everything. She's in front, but the white liberal back there pulling those strings, telling her what to do. That's what I think about her, making a fool of herself.
Do you think it's going to help his election?
Of course it is. It's going to elevate him all the way. I think we should make Trump king. That's how I feel. We should make him king.
Wouldn't that be like kind of like communistic?
No, that's nowhere near communist. Now we just gonna make him king, but we still got our freedoms and rights and everything. He for that. Yeah, Trump for king 2024.
That's actually my URL. I own that URL.
You own that URL?
Can I get your name?
Really? Oh, my name is Niggas for Trump 2024.
I can't
Derek
write that.
Gibson,
That's my nigga.
former
I can't write that on
candidate.
Twitter.
I'm a former candidate for New York State Governor. Derek Gibson, look me up. Nigga, I'm there. I live up to it too. Boy. I can scrap too, but I can get down, boy.
How much y'all want it? Like, let's be real. So, considering what we just read about Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Doc Shocker, Fucker, Piker, considering that whole ass hit piece we just read, how much you want to bet Hamas Piker is so much more sexually degenerate and is engaged in more criminal behavior than this black dude right here? Like, if I was willing to put money on it, I would be willing to put money that this dude has a cleaner historical record than fucking Hamas Piker.
Not better, I can't. I got a proven track record. You want to try me out? Try to take this shirt off. I'll give you some. I need everybody off the roadway. Sir, I need everybody off the roadway.
How was even racist?
Oh, man. Love it, love it, love it.
What happened that quick? What happened?
So I don't think that's the same exact guy, but that's the group that they are part of.
Fucking fraud. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. People follow him because he got money.
Yeah.
Look at him running. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Fuck Twitch.
just said he
Get
had,
out
yeah.
here with them view
Derek
bots.
Gibson.
You view bot and pussy. Go back to your desktop, you dog abuser. You fucking dog abuser. Respect women, queen. I would never disrespect you, queen. Stay in your lane. This for my people
that
right
line
here.
will never
I don't
not
even
be
know this.
fucking
This my people.
golden.
Fuck you, fuck Twitch. Why you want to abuse his dog? So if you condone that, fuck you too. I like your red hair. That's nice.
Compliment.
You abuse dogs. You fucking weirdo.
I didn't catch that the first time. I didn't hear him compliment her red hair. I heard him say she smelled like shit, but not compliment the ginger.
You abuse dogs. You weirdo. Fuck Twitch, don't touch me. I didn't touch you. Get shit, yo, you smell like shit though. Back up. What, you gonna hit me?
No, I'm not gonna hit you.
Okay,
Yeah, nice hair.
What up,
You smell
Hypno?
out in public though.
It says
Freedom of
holy
speech.
no.
Take your
Hola.
dog out the cage, man.
Holy Ola.
Let him breathe. Let your
just
dog
keeps
breathe,
going.
bro. Animals deserve rights too. Hassan, is that your name?
And just so y'all know, this is why black people make the best stand-up comedians. Like I'm gonna take like a quick 30 seconds to not be racist. This is why black people make the best stand-up comedians, because they're naturally fucking funny. They're like, he's not telling any jokes, but he out here just dropping the roast. It may as well be fucking Thanksgiving. He is just, it is fucking hilarious. He's just walking around shouting profanity, but it's so perfect. It's delicious, son. This is why black people make the best stand-up comedians, because they're just naturally funny in their own blackness.
Name? Fake. Why would you abuse your dog? You know he abused his dog. You jack him?
His dog is a nice dog. Doesn't abuse anyone. Only
You know
people
he
abusing are the ones around us right
Okay, in public, freedom of speech is an abuse? Freedom of speech is an abuse? Fuck Twitch and fuck you. Fuck them.
Not those black guys, said Hassan Piker when advocating on behalf of black people.
Yeah, not those black guys. All other black people that I approve, they certainly can have whatever opinions, but not those Trump supporters.
Tracy needs to
No.
put on clown makeup. His natural melanin already presents him as such a clown.
Not the ones who act like how most black guys act in real life when they're not in CNN or MSNBC, right?
100%. Yep.
They'll get up.
This is why the
Where's the
white
rest of the chat
liberal,
going? What do you
like
mean?
again, growing up, I watched movies like
Chat showing on
Boys
my
in
end,
the
Fab.
Hood, okay? Above the rim. All right. Don't be a
Dude,
menace to South
chat's here.
Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Juice with Tupac. Leftist white liberals, they don't make black movies like that. Oh, no. They like the Tyler Perry bullshit, okay? That's what they like.
They're verbal, but I don't have a problem with that. He wasn't assaulted.
Why are women women defending Hamas or Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Dolly, Shocker, Fucker, Piker? Because he's cute. That's why. They think he's good looking. They think he's sensitive and feminine and feminist. He's like he is the left wing in a MAGA body. Women defend him because women have no sense of what actual morality is. Women have no sense of what justice is. Women have no sense about what accountability is. Obviously, so of course they're going to gravitate towards a strong-looking man who is actually incredibly weak, because he also does not have any of those virtues that those women also lack. Plus, yes, he has money.
Anybody?
No.
Hey, well, what about Yeah, you got nice hair. You smell like though.
Get back. Not you, Black Queen, but stay in your lane.
Also, like, you want to talk champagne socialist or limousine liberal. The guy, he's like, oh, I don't brag about how much I spend on fashion. How about you spend nothing on fashion? It's a completely unnecessary expense, and you look stupid. Look at what he's wearing. The shoulder epaulets. He looks like the Underfaker.
He looks like Inspector.
Yes. He looks like
dildo.
Bro, call him Inspector Faggot instead of Inspector Gadget is a crazy roast.
He looks like Dick Gacy.
Roar Ball Shack.
Yeah. It's like Cobby San Diego.
Remember Humphrey
this is
Bogart?
Yeah, that's right. He looks like Neo from The Gatrix.
Or he's like the star in that documentary Blowing for Columbine.
That's right. Shaft. Now,
no change.
Shaft Ed.
Yeah, well.
Hassan Piker, to many, and certainly to those in the black community, I don't claim to speak for them. I would never be so arrogant.
Don't do that.
They view him as a useless dog abuser.
Yeah.
But this, it's like this streamer, I would say, is about as useful to dog lovers as Professor Xavier's untalented brother, who we hired to my everlasting shame, Chet Xavier, is to the X-Men. They're about as comparably useful and or useless.
Somebody's over here. I can't turn.
If I get copyright claimed for this like crunched, terrible audio version of the 90s X-Men theme, one of the most banger themes of the 90s, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I don't know why we should just hired him as a contractor, not a
dog.
I don't
I'm a
think he
retainer.
works here. I don't think he's actually on payroll.
Oh no, he is.
Are you sure?
Uh-oh.
I was laughing at the cringe more than anything. So again, you guys know where I'm standing on this. All right, you guys know.
I don't understand it, but he is. Okay, one more.
What are you guys doing in here?
Okay, I can't watch Steven Crowder doing his skits. I can't do it. All right, let's get past the skits. I can't do it.
That's not really the reason. It's just funny that they were.
Whiners.
Left-wing YouTube pundit Cenk Uygur banned from entering the UK. Yeah, it's okay. Well, I didn't want to talk about it.
I don't want to give the UK credit because, the UK fucking sucks. Sorry, Fab. But y'all made the right call. You didn't let Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Dog, Sharker, Fucker, Piker come in, and you didn't let Cenk Uygur come in. Like, look, broken clocks, right? Broken clocks. The UK, they managed to do something fine for once.
But my visa has also been revoked.
You did want to talk about it.
Steven Crowder loves
something with
unfunny
Giannis
skits.
Varoufakis.
Yeah,
Who's thinking
that
he
is
the nostalgia
exactly
critic?
what it is. When you are a streamer at the level that somebody like him is, you already know. Like, there's things that you do want to talk about and you don't want to talk about, and simple as that. And if you don't want to talk about them, you just don't talk about it. He's like, I didn't want to talk about this, guys.
Bitch about shit.
It's like, I hate that. I hate it. So,
the libertarian in me doesn't agree with this shit. The British people in me is bloody shuffed. So here's the dealio. The libertarian in you is wrong. And I get it. As somebody that definitely loves freedom, there's also got to be limits. I'm glad that the British person in you is chuffed. That's a good thing. But no, here's the dealio. Because you can't be importing these people that have an overinflated sense of self-importance because they got 3 million viewers on fucking X. Twitch, most of which are viewbotted, by the way, espousing just this radical pro-Islam nonsense.
you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You're just a manipulative piece of shit.
Was Zach Polanski do something with Jeremy Corbyn? Do something at the Oxford Union?
Isn't that the right word?
And now the Labor government has revoked our visas.
Pause.
This is the liberal.
Look, I know some of this because first I was raised in Canada where I understand the speech laws. We were going to do something at the Oxford Union. The president of the Oxford Union, the former, I believe, president, had to leave because they celebrated Charlie Kirk's death and was replaced, I believe, by a new person who is a pro-Palestinian activist.
Well,
you are not being banned for left-wing worldviews. They are very amenable to yours. Let's continue.
And right, the Labor government is supposed to be the liberal government doing this. And the American government is the right-wing government doing it. Like we are in the 1930s era where I think that the administration...
The 1930s era where the Democrats really loved abusing black people? That 1930s era? I mean, it checks out.
In both the UK and the United States of America, regardless of like their supposed ideological differences, are absolutely moving as a uniparty. The West.
Steven Crowder's comedy is his off the cuff, like wit and commentary is funny. His skits, by and large, really aren't.
Certain liberal democracies that are supposed to protect and preserve speech, even if they don't have
now
a
do the
First Amendment
Castros
like we do here in the United States of America.
Now do Mao China.
Have
current
reason,
China,
like good reason. This is not one of them, right?
No,
this is not one of them.
Yeah,
being critical of Israel while effectively combating.
Just get him off. I don't even want to hear it.
It's so hard to listen to. It's so incredibly hard to listen to. And the worst thing about it is there are people that listen to what Hassan has to say. Now, I do.
Okay, there aren't, though. There's dumb teenagers that think they understand the way the world works. Like, I've never actually met a grown man over the age of, like, 20 that listens to Hamas Piker. Never. I'm not saying there aren't any, but I've never met one in real life. So, no, people aren't listening to Hamas Piker. Like, oh, Leon, you said a grown man. I was like, yeah, because women aren't people. So, I've never heard a grown man, the only thing that counts as a person, actively listen to Hassan Piker for anything other than, irony.
You believe that he uses a lot of bots? I think that's pretty much a given that he uses a lot of bots.
Yes, it is mainly females.
But
and
there are
teenagers.
people still that do listen to this clown as well.
I don't even want to hear it. Hey, you are now experiencing what, first off, I've experienced with many of these countries and many of these campuses, but exactly what anyone not named Hassan Piker has experienced in trying to document Cuba.
I have met exactly one real Hassan Piker viewer in real life who was a female in her, if not 30s, almost 30s. I've met one real one out in the wild. Only one.
What anyone who is not going and thrilled at the prospect of receiving the little red book, how they would be received in communist China. Anyone who wanted to be critical of a communist Chinese government, of course you could apply it to USSR. Of course you could apply it to any communist regime ever. Of course you could apply it to Cuba, by the way. This is what they did. They've jailed dissidents. This is why I say, no, we do not allow the First
You could apply it to the U.S. under the Abraham Lincoln regime, but no one's talking about that.
Amendment to be used against us by people who advocate for governments
busted
that in
was
no
she?
way allow
She
dissent.
actually wasn't.
Best
That's
case scenario is you're kicked out of the country. Most likely scenario is imprisoned. Very, very possible scenario, executed. These are the regimes that Hassan Piker say aren't that bad. He feels as though it's a slight when he experiences, in a very limited capacity, what everyone would experience under the regimes he advocates if they were critical of them. Welcome. Welcome to the club. Why should someone like that be granted entry? Now, to be clear, the reason in the UK, the official reason.
No. No, the worst found. Oh, you said as far as presidents. I was going to say the worst founding father was Hamilton, but never mind. You said as presidents. I didn't hear that. My bad.
They said their presence, meaning his presence in the UK, may not be conducive to the public good. Well,
It's kind of a wiener's way of saying.
I mean, I kind of agree.
We've only ever had one good president. In the entire long storied history of the U.S., we've only had one truly amazing, incredible president, and that's Andrew motherfucking Jackson. Andrew motherfucking, catch you later, Vescabino. The only truly great president we've ever had was Andrew Jackson.
Unique to him for it, the public good, that umbrella clause, same reason that conservatives were banned from attending Tommy Robinson's rally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So from the United States, he had Joey Manarino, Valentina Gomez. From
Hail
Spain,
you,
you had Ava
Ivan.
Lutch.
All I want with Hassan is for him to be held to the same standard that everybody
Later,
else
Aztec.
is on these platforms. I want him to be held to the same standard on YouTube. I want him to be held to the same standard on Twitch that any other content creator is held to. And if, in fact, he is held to the same standard that any other content creator is held to, he would have been banned a long time ago. It's simple as that.
This is objectively correct. And now I want far worse for Hassan. I won't lie. Like Jeremy's being nice. Jeremy's being the whole oh, as a content creator, I understand. Nah, fuck that. I want him deported. I want him out of this country. He needs to be denaturalized. He's under investigation. Maybe there'll be jail. Actually, we all know there's not going to be any sort of jail time or whatnot. He's been subpoenaed. I want him gone. I want him stripped of his citizenship and sent back to the Dune Coon lands.
And that is my main issue with him, because he is getting away with things that other people have not gotten away with and even been hit for far less.
The Netherlands, Ava Vlardingerbroek. It's hard for me to pronounce.
Vlardingerbroek.
Vlardingerbroek? Is it because I'm sexy? Partially. Now,
My Vlardingerbroek.
here's the thing. The UK should not ban political speech. People should not be banned for...
Wrong. People should not be banned for political speech that still espouses freedom, liberty, things that we actually stand for. Anything that is communist or Islamist, absolutely no problem banning it. None was. Ban any motherfucker you want who's espousing pro-communist and pro-Islamist identity politics, because those are detrimental to a country. They are a rot and a mold that will fester from within that there is no cure for, minus a full-on removal of said tumor. It has to be completely and utterly excised. So yes, no, ban all you want if it is communist and or Islamist political speech.
Being critical of Israel. Of course not. Hassan Piker should be absolutely, if not imprisoned, he absolutely should be put on trial for treason for what he has done with this country if he has worked on behalf of foreign governments. And he's admitted, right? Like, of course, to talk to people who are, I mean, it's a designated terrorist group. Talking with people and
I disagree. Banning ideology doesn't make it go away. It forces underground rather than it doesn't matter. If it's underground, they can be underground. They'll never reach the mainstream. Communist ideology and Islamist ideology have reached global mainstream because we have allowed them to fester, because we've been like, oh, we can't police people speak. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, forces underground. Correct. And it stays underground. And it stays underground. That shit needs, you put the kibosh on Islamist and communist speech. It is literally death incarnate. It is a slow death, but it is death. Sounds a fucking commie. He should be in prison at the minimum. Agreed. Yes, it is a global cancer. And yeah, make a community activity that we excise it. Yeah, you can prop up all the free-spirited debate you want after we've excised this demonic ideology from the face of the earth. You wipe it out.
Coordinating with them or even talking with them sympathetically, not as an objective journalist, that to me is betrayal of your country.
Maybe the UK just hates socialists as much as we do, and they're now kind of
Probably
based.
not.
No,
that's
I'm
not.
just saying.
Yeah.
No, you don't let them talk to show themselves. If you've got some random dudes shouting dumb shit on the street corner, fine, whatever. You don't fucking bring them into giant speaking engagements at these colleges that largely agree with them because the people they're talking to don't think they're idiots. Why do you think these motherfuckers have gotten so much power in the last several years? Because we let them talk to show themselves to be idiots. And it turns out a lot of people don't think they're idiots. A lot of people actually agree with them. Your version only works if the vast majority would think they're idiots. But clearly that's not the case. Look what's happening in the UK. Look what's happening in Australia. Look what's happening here in the US. So look what's happening all over the the Islamic countries. No, there are people, a lot of people, that don't think they're idiots. You're putting far too much faith in individuals to be fucking intelligent. And I, for one, don't think most people are intelligent. Unless you're here watching my stream. Because then, obviously you are. Sorry, Leon, but I disagree. More covert enemies make them harder to find them. Yeah, but there's also less of them. I don't care if they're harder to find if there's less of them. Islam is there's no basic. Islam is evil. Physical removal is libertarian ideology. Yep, I think they're correct to that. Hassan having freedom to open his super mouth produces an unlimited content mill. I couldn't care less. I will absolutely take the hit on having no more Hassan content ever if it means the dumb motherfucker is stripped of his U.S. citizenship and is deported back to Turkey. I would absolutely make that trade in a heartbeat.
He automatically goes to, it's because I was critical of Israel without understanding that a lot of people have.
Yes, communists win by forcing their views, not by debates. But here's the dealio. They don't get to force their views until they get powerful enough to enforce their views. How do they get powerful enough? They start with, small debates. And they start with trying to sound reasonable and building an audience and rallying people together. So the force does come, but the force only comes when there's enough people on their side to do the enforcement. So you shut that shit down before they ever have enough support to gain the enforcement arm.
Put this out there to get this overturned. That's why he put this information out there. And my feeling on this
you just don't let them.
that
You just simply don't let them. If they remain small, they build themselves up again. All right, you deport them. You prison them. You fucking kill them. I don't care. Communists and Islamists aren't people. I will not lose a wink of sleep over any sort of inhumane act happening to them. Do not care. They can't build themselves up again if they don't exist.
it will get overturned in some way because he's well connected.
Have been told they can't come in that are actually very pro-Israel. But there are also a lot of other things.
Right.
There are a lot of other things. Just like Hassan Piker is a lot of other things other than anti-Israel.
It's an entirely feminized society. Their standard is, does it cause offense? Yeah. That's their standard. Does it cause offense? They only want to let people in for the public good, like migrants. So non-whites, just to go through the numbers, 16% of the UK population. Okay. But they make up, 16% of the population, but they make up 60% of the top 100 sex offender suspects.
Jeez.
They make up 38% of arrests on trains.
Sammy says, oh shit, is this why I tell you I'm a communist and follow Islam? if that were true, I know it's not, thank God. If that were true, if you would be like, honey, I have a confession. I'm actually an Islamic communist. Not only would I break up with you live on stream, I would call ICE. Like if you were an Islamic communist, I would literally end it on stream and call ICE. Nah, we don't need no Islamic commies in this fucking country. For those in the chat who don't know, I'm Catholic. Yes, she is joking, by the way. She is absolutely joking. I'm not, though. I would fucking call ICE.
29% of the prison population. Black arrest rate when we're dealing with migrants in the UK, often a lot of Somalis, often a lot of refugees from different countries, twice that of native-born.
Ant-Man channel says, I'm very pro-Israel. I am, it depends on the bank account, but I'll let you know if I'm pro-Israel this month or not.
Based answer. Absolutely agree. I, as it currently stands, am 100% anti-Israel. 100,000% anti-Israel. That being said, yo, Benny B, yo, Mr. Netanyahu, you want to line your boys' pockets? I could have a miraculous change of heart. I got a lot of debt to pay.
But as of the first day of the month, I can tell you I am not pro-Israel. I'll let you know if I do become pro-Israel this month. But we're not there yet.
UK citizens or whites, if you want to compare them that way. You saw a recent increase in violent crimes, rapes. Again, correlates directly with the influx of migrants. So it's
Correct. Correct. It is our side that gets fucked in the ass, which is why the entire culture needs to shift. It needs to be like the culture needs to collectively agree that commies and Islamists are cancers, that they are death incarnate. Once the commies and the Islamists are gone, then we can talk about some freedoms.
Just one correlation doesn't equal causation. I know I took humanities 101 too, but when you add...
Stop. You don't be calling me a Jew. We have a new word for that. We literally came up with the new Jewish slur on Sunday. I'm a snickle. You got to use the new proper Jew terminology, the new proper Jew hate speech. Snickle.
All it up. 38% of arrests on trains, 29% of the prison population, 60% of the top 100 sex offenders, only 16% of the population. Also, this is pretty interesting. The UK just crossed over, I think pretty recently. They spend more on welfare than they bring in via income tax. Just welfare.
What about feminists? Feminism is tied into Marxism. So most 90% of feminists, if not more, will agree with communist and whatnot ideology. So you just wrap it in and frankly, oddly enough, a lot of Islamist ideology. So you just wrap them all up together. We collectively force people to know their place.
And just income tax. That's a real problem.
I'm no accountant. I'm no legalist, but I'm guessing that's not good.
Well, here's the other thing: the public good from 23 to 24.
So we'll see what happens with this Hassan.
Not all about you. I had the comment up that I was responding to.
If it will or won't get overturned, but my gut feeling is that he probably will weasel out of it. Hopefully not.
Lithium's correct. If you take away women's rights, it's no longer a problem. If you take away women's rights, it is no longer a problem. Absolutely. Let's go to terms of Christianity, Islamists. Correct. Christians and Muslims cannot coexist together. Absolutely correct. All right. So we spent a solid good about an hour. How long are we going? Yeah, about an hour on Hamas. Spend about an hour on Hamas. It's time to get into, we all know Leon wishes he was a Jew. I don't. I feel like I've got like pretty good features and whatnot. I don't want the big nose. I don't want the curly hair. I like being able to do physical activity. I just want the money and power. Like, if I can maintain looking all Anglo-Saxon mixed with Native American, if I can maintain the physical attributes of my Anglo-Saxon Native American, heritage, but reap the benefits of the power and money of the Jews, I absolutely would do it. And yes, snickle. Per my last comment, Christian was pointing out there's never been a successful internal revolution that didn't involve a separate elite coming into power, destroying the previous regime. That is also correct, yes. All right. Let's talk about God of War. Mr. Matty Plays fucking crashed out on his chat for being too toxic about God of War LaFay. You're fucking joking. This dude, what a bitch. And the thing is, I used to like his retro rebound content. Dude, I used to love his retro rebound content, but he is so 1000% captured by modernity and being on the Shilstein list and being able to get to interview developers and getting their review codes. Now, this is his stream. We're only going to look at the last 2 minutes of it. The last 2 minutes. Because listen to what this bitch says.
All right. Okay. I don't know where to even start, dude. Chat, you guys just fucking ruined it again, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Chat, you guys fucking ruined it again, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Out here saying like, oh, chat, the people that watch me, that donate to me, that basically maintain that I'm allowed to have the most comfortable lifestyle of all time. You guys fucking ruined it because you gave your opinion on what you do and don't want out of your video games because you, as the free hand of the market, are trying to decide. And he's saying, chat, you fucking ruined it again. He just did this whole 2-hour fucking stream, and now he's blaming the chat. Yeah, because chat's noticing. Exactly. Oh, he rage quits his own stream. Just watch.
I don't even know if I want to do these showcase streams anymore. I'm gonna be real.
Oh no, chat disagrees with me being a shill, so I don't know if I want to do these showcase streams anymore. Maybe if you weren't a fucking loser, maybe if you weren't a fucking shill that just suckled at the teat of everything modernity in video games, then this wouldn't happen. Like, you tried to cultivate an audience of good little soy boy cucks that just want to eat up all the same slop as you. And even they are like, you know what? No, we're fucking tired of it. Like God of War, of all things, God of War. No, we don't need no bitch in God of War. All right, we don't need no dumb fucking broad in God of War. We want to play fucking Kratos. And by the way, let's not pretend that. Let's make things real straight right now. Let's make things real fucking clear. This is not about like women in video games are bad. Oh, we hate women because the same dudes, myself being one of them, that threw a fucking fit about female God of War, guess what we were super excited about? Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. In the same showcase, they showed off Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, and guess what? It looks fucking awesome. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis looks sick as fuck, dude. I can't wait for that goddamn game. So this isn't like, oh, women in video games, bad. No, chat's not being toxic because dumb bitch. They're being toxic because dumb bitch in a God of War game when there is no reason for this to exist.
It's just like it was a justifiably like annoying showcase, but I just see people getting mad at like the dumbest shit. Like the problem with the game isn't because you play as a fucking woman. It's just like,
yes, it literally is. The problem with the game is that you play as a woman. The problem is that in the series, God of War, that's always been about Kratos, the problem is that you play as a woman. And let's not pretend it's a spinoff. It's not a spinoff. It's a mainline entry. Now, mind you, this is only compounded by the fact that God of War sucks now anyway. Like, God of War 2018, fuck that game. I know it's got a lot of fans, and a lot of you guys like God of War 2018 sucks. God of War has not been good since it went into the whole like Norwegian, Scandinavian shit and whatnot. All right. I don't like movie games. And then not only do you have those God of War games, but then you have that most recent side scroller, God of War, Son of Sparta. Yes, people who haven't had God of War, even for the fucking losers that like God of War 2018, like God of War Ragnarok, like, they want those people still want a continuation of the real God of War. And you gave them a fucking side-scroller game where you play as Kratos as a child called Son of Sparta. Dude, nobody wants this shit.
It's just like, I don't know. It didn't look different enough from like I guess God of War to like justify this whole kind of redoing, like new approach to it. I thought the aerial combat looked fine, but I mean, that was a big showing for, I don't know. I felt kind of flat during most of it, but again, it's kind of what I said with my 007 impressions. Like, I'm not a mark for these things, but you see me popping off about Wolverine, or like, I really like...
You are a mark. Dude, you are a mark. You sat down with the developers of Starfield, you sat down with Todd Howard and basically just gave him the most softball questions of all time and sucked his fucking tit, dude. Yes, you are a mark. You've made your entire online presence about being a mark. And now when people are expressing they don't want this product, this isn't what they want from the entertainment, you're now saying, chat, you fucking ruined it. Chat, you fucking ruined it. I don't even know if I'm going to do these showcases anymore because you're also toxic and negative. Like again, I'm blessed as fuck to be able to do this for a living. Okay, yes, I will talk ridiculous shit to you guys in the chat, and y'all know I will. And you guys keep coming back. Why? Because there's authenticity there. There's 100% authenticity. There's no authenticity for Mr. Oh, look at my nostalgia. I'm wearing a Blockbuster shirt. Do you remember the 90s? Yes, I'll go ahead and take all those review codes and interview developers and say there's absolutely nothing going on wrong with the industry right now. I'm just like you, chat. Blockbuster.
Pragmata. So I think it comes down to the type of game. But yeah, I got nothing more to say. I'm gonna hop off though. I got to think about if I want to do these types of streams. I don't know, man. It's just it gets mad toxic, and it's like I'm not trying to ruin people's vibes. It's like I get it's only,
and that's how we know you're fake. Now I'm gonna replay a bit of this because I want you guys to see how abruptly he ends it. But that's how we know you're fake. I'm not trying to ruin people's vibes, which means you're not trying to be honest. Which means you're not trying to be honest. Sometimes bad shit gonna be on display. Just fucking say it. Just say it's bad. Say it's not for you. Say it's not even that it's not for you. Say that it's not good. Just say that it's not fucking good. Because that's what it is. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's vibes. Yeah, well, the people watching the showcase had their vibes ruined, regardless of whether if you were just watching the PlayStation showcase itself, not watching Maddie cover it, just watching the PlayStation showcase, they had their vibes ruined. Well, I know how I know, because we were covering it, me and Hypno and Sevi and Atreus, and we watched in real time the chat flip on the showcase. Chat was loving the showcase, and then this happened. And there was a lot of dumb motherfuckers in chat who absolutely were marks, who saw, oh my God, here's Kratos. Oh, new God of War. And then when it cuts to fucking Faye going into the alternate realm and the show was starring her, the chat flipped. Like they went from new God of War game to what the fuck is this? Like it was insane. The just 180 that the vast majority of the chat did. And we had that, the stream is up. You can watch the replay. I have the chat up for a reason. Like not just you guys chat. I have the PlayStation, the Sony chat up right there on the live stream. You could just pause it and scroll through bit by bit, and you will see the absolute outrage. You will see the absolute outrage from these motherfuckers because this is not what they wanted. So for you to be out here, I'm not trying to ruin people's vibe. You're not the one ruining the vibe. Sony is. The least you could do is be fucking honest about it. Also, D-Stock, shut the fuck up, you dumb son of a bitch. Honestly, why the fuck are you here? Ask anybody. I play games that I like all the fucking time. You're a fucking idiot.
So much we can filter when there's a certain volume of people, but it's very disappointing. So I'm gonna hop off, guys. Thank you to those of you who did support, though. I appreciate you. And we will talk soon. I'll make a video on the state of play so you can look forward to that at least. But I appreciate you guys.
Yep, and then he just ends it. I appreciate you guys, and then he just fucking ends it. Like, what do you mean you appreciate you guys? You literally just said, you started that segment with, chat, you guys fucking ruined it again. I don't even know if I'm going to do these streams anymore. But I appreciate you guys. You fucking clown, dude. No spine, no authenticity, just a fucking clown, bro. But it gets better than that because the discourse around this game is amazing. I want y'all to show I've not refreshed this. I just opened X like before the stream. Notice how it says show 140 posts. It's because there's been an update since then. I have not clicked this. First post. Look, the idea that everyone was pissed off because of God of War, LaFay has a woman protagonist is just stupid. No one thinks that. We waited 8 years to get. The point is, it's a God of War post that's anti-God of War LaFay. Scroll down. More God of War. This game quite literally has her name in the title. I don't remember seeing Kratos' name in his games. Kratos is the God of War. His title is, you can't be this fucking stupid. Next post. The clown is you, because I'm a one more time about how the new direction with a female lead is bad for God of War. Been busy. Final House trailer. The absolute butcher God of War. This is like fucking 6. I didn't scroll down this far. This is new. Now I see why it looks like shit. I think we're 6 posts, 7 posts. Guys, I don't have God of War searched. Okay, this is just my timeline. This is just my timeline. Let's see. Older and insecure women work the studios, probably push to make the characters less attractive. More 7. Here's another post. 8, 9. Technically, we'll say 10 because this says, will you buy both? 11, 12. These are all in a row. This is just my For You tab. It took 12 or 13 posts to get to something that wasn't God of War. It took 12 or 13 posts to get to something that was not God of War. Just by me going to X. Just by opening up the timeline. Atreus said it best. Atreus nailed it. Mr. Matty Plays rage quit on his audience because they didn't like the new God of War game. What kind of soy boy ass shit is that? Why do y'all watch content creators that have no backbone, dog? He doesn't even like y'all. Now he gotta think about it if he wants to do these kind of streams. Man, these white dudes used to slang whips. Now they slanging their emotions everywhere. And look at his chat. It's not even that fucking bad. Dude, the PlayStation chat was awful. So they're talking about the PlayStation chat. Love your content, Matty. Totally understand if you quit these streams. Again, pussy ass bitch. Ha ha ha. He left y'all. So there's one. Did he just wig out on us? You suck. Why blame chat? Bro, this was tame. What? I mean, they were defending you until you said that shit. They were defending you until you said that shit. You fucking loser. Your chat, the majority, like, you got one guide so hard, you took it out on your entire chat, and now they gone. Now they're fucking gone. You brought that on yourself, homeboy. But he goes on, dude, it's not even just fucking Mr. Matty Plays. Dude, the corpos are getting in on this. Domino's Pizza, UK. You telling me we have another W from the UK? First, the UK doesn't allow Hamas, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, Dog, Shocker, Fucker, Piker into the country. They don't allow Cenk Uygur into the country. And now Domino's UK is being based. God of War with no Kratos equals pepperoni passion with no pepperoni. Bro. Domino's UK. A pizza company knows more about gaming than gaming companies. What a time to be alive. Dudes out there be like, we got to get the crust right. We got to get the sauce right. We got to make sure there's an adequate amount of pepperonis, bacon, pineapple, and jalapenos on this pie. Also, yo, where the fuck is Kratos? Why is he not in God of War? That shit gay as fuck, son. Like, why does Domino's get it, dude? Domino's UK. Even Domino's knows what's up. Damn. Like, God of War laundry. Like this is pretty fucking good. I like this. Domino's is with us. Shout out to El Murbot for the 2-banger. What is tiring is they use the same insults like NPCs every fucking time. Every fucking time. And then David Jaffe, man. Then David fucking Jaffe turned on him. I have a love-hate relationship with David Jaffe. On the one hand, fuck David Jaffe. I can't stand him. Bitch blocked me like a pussy. Dude is an absolute fucking pussy. On the other hand, he has no problem acting like a chud when it's his baby. He has no problem acting like a chud when it's the thing that he created. And let's be real. Jaffe did make some good games. Jaffe did. Twisted Metal. God of War. Jaffe made some good fucking games. I will not take his history away from him. Modern Jaffe is absolutely a fucking bitch, dude. Absolute bitch. And this isn't the first guy. He also talked mad shit on that Son of Sparta game. He talked mad shit on that Son of Sparta game. The one that trains his kid? Yep, he is the one that trains his kid. Exactly. Now, let's see what he had to say.
The God of War thing, though.
Oh, what? There's no way the audio is as bad. What? Hold on. Is there a better source for this? The audio sucks.
The God of War thing, though.
God damn it. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can find a better version of it. Let's see.
Bad. Laufey? What the fuck is Laufey? I thought her name was Fea or something. That looks like shit. I'm going to be honest with you. Reminds me of that game Forspoken a little bit.
I mean, again, this same dude that's always out here trying to like dunk on the chuds. When it's his baby, he's like, oh, it reminds me of that game Forspoken.
I'll tell you what. Let me wait for this to end. So uninspired, and it looks so dull. And you guys have to remember that is the opening of the game, probably, because it says X for new game. It's possible there's a prelude, but that seems clearly towards the opening. It's dead. That game is not going to do well.
He's correct. Hate him all he wants because he trains his kid. I do. He trains his kid and he blocked me. I don't like the guy. That being said, he is objectively correct here. This game is not going to do well. People don't play PlayStation 5. All right. like PlayStation 5 is a fucking dog shit console. Most people don't play it. It's got no games. It's got no exclusive. PlayStation sucks. Most PS5 owners aren't going to buy this. Look, I don't know how to tell you this. Most PS5 owners ain't women. And most dudes ain't going to fucking buy this. Like, what are we talking about here?
For what they expect it to do. Now, again, that may be a cheap game. They may be like, oh, yeah, well, this is not one of those $400 million gambles. This is like $80 million.
Elmer bought for a 2-banger. It'll sell well. It'll sell, but will underperform like Yote. No. They're not even comparable. Yote at no point was ever in danger of not doing well. And I said that from the beginning. You can go back and you can watch any of my old videos and streams. I made fun of the actress and shit. She a dumb motherfucker. But at no point did I ever think Yote wouldn't sell. I don't think he'll sell the numbers that Tsushima does in the long run. But Yote was fine. This will not sell. This is absolutely different. Yote is not a fair comparison at all. God of War is one of the most famous franchises in gaming history. You cannot compare it to a relatively new IP by comparison. Jin Sakai is not the household name that Kratos is. Not terrible comparison. But I agree, appreciate the 2-banger.
And I have no clue. But that game, I want you to think about this for a minute. God of War, the originals, they had their hooks, right? It was Kratos as a badass and Greek mythology, violence, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then it wore out its welcome. So Corey comes along with the brilliant idea of evolving it.
Oh, what? Is that it? No, there's got to be more. Hold on, there's got to be more. 2 minutes, 46 seconds. All right, okay, this one's probably got more.
You've lost the characterology Egyptian well. Probably. I think that looks so uninspired and it looks so dull. And you guys have to remember that is the opening of the game, probably, because it says X for new game. It's possible there's a prelude, but that seems clearly towards the opening.
And Lessis is correct, by the way. If they made a Tomb Raider game with a male protagonist, people would lose their shit. By the way, real gamers would lose it. I would lose my shit. This is not, let Tomb Raider make a male. No. I'd be making just as many fucking hate videos as I do when women take over men's shit. If they did a Tomb Raider game and they replaced Lara Croft with a fucking dude, I would lose my shit. Because that's not goddamn Tomb Raider.
It's dead. That game is not going to do well for what they expect it to do. Here's my point. If you got rid of God of War, like look at what the internet was asking for. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, maybe
Uncharted is a different franchise, Serranos. Jesus Christ. Don't be fucking. I said a Tomb Raider game, as in literally branded Tomb Raider. If they make a Tomb Raider game without Lara Croft, I would be fucking pissed. Uncharted is a different fucking franchise. Christ in heaven. You're not this retarded, Serranos.
Maybe she gets to go into other pantheons. Okay, so do we get to see Chinese mythology, Egyptian, whatever, right? This just feels like Corey or somebody wanted to write a fantasy story.
No, they are not. Control is not replacing the female character. You are absolutely incorrect. It is the main character from Control's brother. They are both in the game, and they were both in the first game. That is not. They replaced Chris Redfield with Claire Redfield. No, these are characters within the lore that existed together that are tied to one another for the story. That is completely fucking different. Every Resident Evil game, for example, has changed its protagonist. Well, they alternate. I shouldn't say they change. They alternate their protagonists. Control is not replacing. This is replacing Kratos. They made it abundantly clear that it is a replacement. Absolutely not the same thing.
And I'm not saying,
Mervot with a 2-banger says, I remember the freak out of riding over Snake. Yeah, people did freak out about riding over Snake. They absolutely, and frankly, that was a rug pull. Now, people hated Metal Gear Solid 2 when it came out. People hated Metal Gear. It's gone on to have a cult following and people love and respect it now. Absolutely. It's gone on, and justifiably so. Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably the best of the Metal Gear Solid games, in my opinion. To be fair, I don't like the franchise, so I'm a little biased. But yeah, people did not like that at the time.
It's not going to be rooted and grounded in some actual mythology of something. Maybe it already is, and I'm just not aware of it. But you've lost the gore and the violence that made the first game. You've lost the character. You already lost him after 2018 because he changed so much he wasn't Kratos anymore.
I hate saying it, but Jaffe being based. I hate saying it, but Jaffe absolutely being based. When he says you lost him after 2018 because he's not Kratos anymore, he is objectively correct. And you know Atreus out there fucking gobbling the knob of the fucking new God of War games because Atreus got some whack-ass tasting games. Love him to death, but he got some whack-ass tasting games. Doesn't like Red Dead Redemption 2, but will slob on the knob of fucking God of War. But that's neither here nor there. Jaffe is correct. See, Jaffe seems so based here. Such a shame, really. Yeah, if it weren't for the whole transing your kids thing and throwing shade at the chuds who you conveniently agree with when the shit's happening to the games you created, like if he could actually just have some fucking consistency, some moral and philosophical consistency, maybe I could hold some respect for Jaffe, but I can't.
Now you've lost the identifiable mythology of it, and you've also lost you've lost me with the cube. It's in the little Disney character at the beginning. This seems like just a fantasy. Like if they would have taken God of War off the title and you didn't know the God of War story and there wasn't Kratos, it was just a story about this goddess who dies, you would not be talking about this game.
Correct. If this was not a God of War story, this would just be another generic hack and slash. Like, it would probably get the same level of acclaim as like Heavenly Sword, right? People that played Heavenly Sword on the PS3, they remember it. They have fond memories of it. It was a fine game. No one out there is going to claim that Heavenly Sword was this fucking masterpiece of a game. Heavenly Sword was a good game. We played it on the PS3 when it came out, had fun with it. We moved on. This would be literally the same thing. It would be a game that comes out, does fine, gets itself maybe like a cult following or whatnot. People talk about it maybe in like nostalgic YouTube video game retrospectives, and they move on. But that's not what's happening here because it's God of fucking War. I have Heavenly Sword. Yeah, it was decent. Exactly. It was decent.
In my opinion, really fucking goofy, man. Really fucking goofy that it's like, but nobody pulled somebody aside and said, this is not God of War. I don't know what the fuck this is. This is like some fantasy novel that I didn't like it at all. And I'll probably play it.
The game is not a spinoff. It is literally a big budget AAA game that the developers said was a mainline entry. You are coping. The developer straight up, I will find the fucking interview where he said it was a mainline entry. It is not a spinoff. And even if it was a spinoff, people don't want, they've been waiting years upon years for a new mainline entry. People don't want a fucking spinoff. They want a mainline entry, which this is.
For the stream, because I'm sure there'll be interest. But if it wasn't for that, I have no interest in playing that game. I think it looks dull. It looks repetitive. It looks been there, done that. The cover is terrible. The name is terrible. I don't think that's going to be the final cover. It looks like Forspoken. It's got that flavor to it. It feels very uninspired.
Yeah, let's see if I can find the article that says, right here. Let's see. Let's see. It's new main unveils God War thing. Son Kratos' dead wife. World of Fate is a mainline game, not a spinoff. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at this. From PlayStation themselves, God of War Le Fay is the next mainline chapter in Santa Monica Studios series. You dumb son of a bitch. It's like, oh, it's a spinoff. PlayStation themselves are calling it a mainline entry. You dumb fuck. So I don't want to hear about your whole, it's a spinoff because it doesn't have Kratos. No, that's why people are pissed. It's not a spinoff. This is clearly a multi-million-dollar project that's been in the works for ages. By the way, this wasn't even the first week. Anyone who's been paying attention to this knew about this. It was announced that they were going to be doing a God of War game starring a female for a while. This report came out ages ago. Yeah, nice try, asshole. Yeah, keyword, mainline. Love it when Leon rages at chat. Yeah, me too. I love raging at dumb motherfuckers that know what the fuck they're talking about because they live in their own coping delusional world. El Murbot with a 5-banger. Best cope with revisionism is I am now seeing there's always been a God of War, not Kratos. New big badge of the God of War. Such a dude. The entire concept of the first game is that you, as Kratos, are going to hunt down Ares, the God of War. And guess what? When you kill Ares, the God of War, you then go on a quest to murder fuck every other goddamn god in existence, thus making Kratos the God of War. So we went from Kratos killing all the gods and getting replaced with his second wife, Faye. Correct. Hypnotic says the spinoff cope is so cooked. Dude, when you've got PlayStation themselves actively saying it is mainline, how can you not fucking acknowledge its main line? Because they need to live in their delusional, copy fucking worlds. It is insane to me. Like, I hate the whole media literacy crowd, but they are lacking just basic media fucking literacy. So, like, we had this post right here. If you guys follow me on X, you saw this. This happened like 10 minutes before the stream started. So I saw this post from Suspended Doll. Now, I disagree with this post. I like Suspended Doll. We followed each other. We had barbs back and forth about our Resident Evil takes. She's followed me. For the most part, she's got some pretty decent opinions on Resident Evil. Don't know why this dumb motherfucker wants a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. She should know that all the remakes are ass. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, these dudes will complain about a female protagonist in God of War, but will have no problem playing another female-led game. Stop right there. You've almost got it. You're right. Dudes will complain about female protagonists in God of War because it doesn't belong in God of War, and we will have no problem playing as a female lead in other games. We don't have a problem with fucking Resident Evil where you play as Jill Valentine or Claire or Ada or Rebecca or what. We don't have a problem with Metroid. Samus is fucking amazing. We don't have a problem with Tomb Raider. Like I said earlier, the new Tomb Raider game, Legacy of Atlantis, looks fucking incredible. People, by and large, don't have problems with that. It's literally not an issue. It's an issue with God of War. Says, but what's up with that? You also be banned from female-led games. So I responded with a fucking benign tweet, by the way, incredibly benign. Lol, dudes will have problems with putting teriyaki, horseradish, buffalo sauce on pasta, but will eat other types of pasta sauces. Because that's the equivalent of what she said. That is an accurate equation and analogy to what she said. Oh my God, no way. Calling it Trump derangement syndrome because I'm talking about God of War. Are you out of your goddamn gourd? We're talking about a video game here, and you're calling it Trump derangement syndrome. That's fucking hilarious. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna bother with you. I'm just gonna time you out for a while. You're boring. You're stupid. You can't reason somebody out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. So yeah, dudes will have problems putting teriyaki, horseradish, buffalo sauce on pasta, but we'll eat other types of pasta sauces. Do you realize how retarded that sounds? Some ingredients just don't fucking mix. Response, go look at a vagina. What did I say that warranted go look at a vagina? Which, by the way, I get to do all the time because I have a girlfriend and it's fucking awesome. Which I so aptly say right here. But the fact of the matter is, what the fuck? I made a food analogy. And this bitch that used to follow me and we talked about Resident Evil spurred out and blocked me. Yeah, truly a creative insult. It always goes back to sex. TDS, don't ground him. I would love to hear those gymnastics. I only timed him out. I didn't ban him. I only timed him out because it was annoying. I was trying to get through this. And then knowing me, I'm going to just fucking fixate on the dumb shit in chat. So yeah, I said, did this loser actually block me over this benign, tame post after following me for months, no less? Like, yeah. Also, honey, I have a beautiful girl from that, which I do. One far more attractive than whatever the fuck is going on here. But like, are we really out here trying to pretend like this is just a dudes hating on women games when even the original post says have no problem playing other? So maybe if they have no problem playing the other female-led games, it's specifically about this game. It's specifically about this game and people have issues with it because this isn't what they want. Like customers are the reason these games exist. The free hand of the market decides. And the free hand of the market really right now looking a whole lot like they're going to decide to reject this shit. Speaking of dumb shit in chat, Present, what up? How you doing, Malty? I'm flabbergasted at this fucking, like, and you know that it's going to be like this till the game comes out. That's the bitch of the bunch. It's going to be like this until the game comes out. All this discourse, all this trying to gaslight people into saying it's a spinoff when we have proof it isn't, trying to gaslight people into saying the audience has always wanted this, trying to gaslight people into saying, oh, gamers just fucking hate women. Obviously ain't true. Like, this discourse is going to go on for the next several fucking months until the game is released. And I don't want to fucking deal with it. Like, I'm going to do my video now, and this entire segment is going to get clipped, and we're going to put it in a video. And frankly, if nothing else happens, if nothing else comes from it, good, fine, fair, bingo, bango, bongo, won't fucking touch it again. But you know good goddamn well there's going to be stupid articles and stupid people, and it's going to be like, all right, we got to call it out because, frankly, it's just fun to do. It's super fun to do. Fab with a 5-banger says, of course she'd block you, Leon. You would absolutely haul her over the coals, and you'd humiliate her left, right, and center. And that's, dude, it'd be one thing if she was like, oh, first of all, thank you for the 5-banger, by the way. I appreciate it. It'd be one thing if she were just some fucking, like, rando who I'd never interacted before. Her and I have been following each other for months. And it had multiple exchanges back and forth on X. We've had multiple exchanges back and forth on X. We have talked positively and negatively to each other. Not negatively to the point of like being like legit mean, but like agreeing, disagreeing, things like that. For this to be the thing that makes you like, oh, block. Dude, all I did was compare it to fucking food. These bitches are retarded, dude. This is why bitches don't belong in politics. This is why bitches don't belong in video games. This is why bitches don't belong in the workforce in general. Stay the fuck home. Make the fucking sandwiches. Y'all are fucking retarded. Y'all are impossible to deal with. Maybe it was her Troon mother. I don't think that Suspended Doll is a Troon. I don't think that Suspended Doll is a Troon. I think it's an actual woman. I could be wrong, but when somebody posted that comment, the God of War when you cited, want to see if it's after a Concord Marathon. Let me pull it back up. One sec. God of War of Fame, mainline entry. It was posted June 2nd, 2026 at 11:16. Literally last night. Last night at 11:16 p.m. Well, it was 11:16 p.m. in this fucking forum because it's from us. So let's just go to their X page. Let's just go to PlayStation's official X page. PlayStation. Bro, no way. They made it their fucking background banner. They made it their background banner. All right, so let's find the post. Let's see, builds on the Modern Warfare combat system with Modern God of War combat system with Greek era DNA for all the new action adventure. Let's keep going. That's Marathon until Dawn 2. Legacy of Atlanta. By the way, female-led game looks fucking awesome. There's no way they didn't remove the post. There's no way they removed the post. I just haven't scrolled yet. By the way, this is the game that stole the show. This right here is the game, dude. Bocho the Chef. Yeah, Boncho. Sorry, Boncho the Chef. This is the game. I can't wait to play this. I wish listed that expeditiously when the stream was over. I can't wait to play Boncho the Chef, bro. Game looks fucking fun. All right. Yeah, we got Green Goblin. Fucking Green Goblin and Carnage. My boy Carnage coming to Tokon battle. Where is your God of War post, you son of a bitch? Right here. 21 hours ago. It was posted at 5:16 p.m. yesterday. 5:16 p.m. yesterday. Mainline entry. The alerts do show up twice. Yeah, sometimes they do. Andrew, for a 5-banger, the issue isn't playing as a woman. All right, so far so good. You're correct up to this point. The issue isn't playing as a woman. The problem is replacing masculine men with women who are amazing at everything. Correct. This is objectively correct. People don't fucking care about the whole playing as a woman bullshit. All right, I was in them Gamergate streets in fucking 2014. Guess what came out in like 2018 or something that was awesome? Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the reboot. And in the campaign, you play as Eden Verso because Disney Star Wars just loves doing their brown female protagonists. But you know what? It was a good fucking campaign. Imperial soldier turned rebel fighter that then needs to infiltrate the Imperials to steal shit from her father, who's an Imperial soldier. Dude, the Eden Verso storyline, the campaign in Battlefront 2 was good. I like it. Oh, must have hated it playing as a woman. Disney Star Wars. Like, no, Boncho the Chef is not a PlayStation exclusive because I wishlisted it on Steam. It's not a PlayStation because I already wishlisted it on Steam, so it's not a PlayStation exclusive. There's no way a game like that would be a console exclusive. Let's see. What's the token game? What? No, you're being an idiot. I don't fucking like you, D-Stock. You were literally worthless. When they replace masculine men, they replace them with masculine women. Exactly. They replace them with masculine women. But yeah, that's enough on the God of War stuff. I just had to fucking rage about it, especially that Mr. Matty play is bullshit. How are you gonna turn on your audience like that is fucking ridiculous. Like, these are the people that show up to support you and give you the life on easy street as a fucking streamer. That is absolutely crazy to crash out on them like that. But we got more to do. We got to talk about this. All right, I'll read a couple more comments first. Faye looks 100 pounds soaking wet. She's punching 300-pound ogres. Yeah. Not only, but a woman being good at everything leaves little to be desired story-wise. Even a strong male-female protagonist needs to... Correct. Exactly. A typical hero's journey. Correct. I love playing games as a woman. Some games I feel more right when your character's female, plus looking at nicely. That's why I played WoW as a female avatar. Absolutely. Got no problem playing as female characters, just girl bosses. Again, absolutely. The lefties love Mary Sue. Gary Sue is just Mary in drag. Obi-Wan Kenobi for a 2-banger says Mom of War. Yup. No, it's a fact. I'm always right. As a man, I'm always right. And you're a libertarian, which makes you always wrong. I didn't catch a stream when it's about to end this time. Yeah, no, we still got one more topic to do. And that'll probably take an hour-ish. So, alrighty. I'm sure you guys have heard about this Lego situation going down. I'm sure you guys have heard about this Lego situation. It's been fucking wild. So I didn't know what was going on. IB to EB posted it in the Discord. I checked it out. It's insane. Everyone can only for 2 bangers. This is God of War, man. Thank you. Dude. So for you who doesn't know about the Lego situation, I'm just gonna give you the Cliff Notes version, the quit version. So there's this guy had over $200,000 worth of Star Wars Legos. Over $200,000. They were effectively stolen by a company called Bricks and Minifigs. So a lawsuit was done. The lawsuit did in fact show the company Bricks and Minifigs were in the wrong and need to pay some shit back. And they are refusing. The owners have gone into hiding. So some YouTubers decided to step up and bring awareness to this and try and get like the court papers processed and get the guy served. Well, it turns out the Bricks and Minifigs owners have ties to the Mormon church. And in fact, very high up ties. And then the Mormon church donates a lot to the police force. So he got these YouTubers arrested multiple times by abusing the police force. It's this like 2-hour-long documentary, by the way. I'm not doing it justice here. The police were actively, in every single instance, going against the law. They were breaking the law to arrest these YouTubers. To the point to where now the main YouTuber guy is hiding out in Mexico, doing all of this from Mexico because he has a warrant out for his arrest with no bail. One of the things they did was start a GoFundMe to try and raise money to get this taken care of and handled. The police arrested him. Said that the GoFundMe was illegal. Well, now apparently, Patreon. Maybe it was Patreon. Sorry, maybe it was Patreon, whatever it was. So the CEO has responded. This is insane.
A note from the CEO of Patreon. Okay. So let me see. All right. Let me go through this and figure out what's actually going on. So the first step is I want to look at the police response.
Now, I haven't seen this yet. I've not seen the police. I've seen everything the YouTuber has put out. I've watched the YouTuber's documentary and everything he's put out. The police response is new, so this is going to be new to me. By the way, every single one of these individuals, every single one of these cops needs to be fired. Every single one of these cops needs to be fired. There is so much illegal bullshit that would get any other cop fired if they were not being backed by the Mormon church. There needs to be something done about these dirty cops.
Where is the
Don't tell
actual
me how to run my
response?
channel, bitch.
Is it this one? Is it this one here? The top one? Okay. It's very quiet.
You saw how much those sets were worth and ran? Yup, that's exactly
You subbed
correct.
to him, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, but this is it's not on his channel. Turn your sound way up, he whispers. Okay.
My name is Cameron Paul, and I am the chief.
Damn, yeah, he does whisper. This shit sucks.
I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media that have been presented in a way that calls into question some of the
The
actions.
strategy is for it to be done in an ASMR voice, so the people fall asleep before they can get mad.
I mean, frankly, I know he's joking, but he's kind of right. The real strat is that I'm going to assume, because I haven't seen this. The real strat is to downplay the actions of the cops. Basically, say, hey, we stand with our boys in blue. That this situation is actually so much deeper and so much more complicated than it is made to be seen. Even though the YouTube video, the documentary, is insanely detailed. I mean, it is meticulous.
Of our departments.
Smart.
These videos are affiliated with an influencer on YouTube and other social media platforms and stem from a dispute involving Legos that originates in the state of Oregon.
Yeah.
In this message, we will be presenting 4 different cases and police responses from our police department, and will provide a detailed overview as to what happened and what our actions were.
Okay. Number 1.
On March 8th, 2026, an American Fork resident, Joshua Johnson, requested phone contact from the American Fork Police Department.
That was the
regarding
owner
a
of Bricks
suspicious
and
individual who had earlier arrived at his home.
Suspicious
Officer
individual.
Tonga with the American Fork Police Department contacted Mr. Johnson by phone. Mr. Johnson reported that earlier that same day, a suspicious male had been at his residence.
He was not a suspicious male, by the way. He was doing so part of the dispute. So like I said, this had already gone to court. There was already a civil suit over this, and part of the ruling was that before they forced the guy before the courts forced the guy to make the payment, that the individuals that are involved in the lawsuit had to make an earnest attempt at resolution on their own. That was part of the court ruling, that these dudes had to make an earnest attempt at resolution of their own volition before the courts would do anything further. So this is not a suspicious individual. This is him coming up to his home, ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door the whole nine, to follow through with what the courts said, which is an earnest attempt at resolution. He blatantly lied to the cops.
He stated the
A
male
suspicious male? That's UPS.
was wearing a baseball cap with a UPS logo taped onto it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Johnson also reported that a suspicious package had been left at the residence.
From John Smith?
He explained that what appeared suspicious was that the shipping label did not look legitimate.
That's
the package was later determined to contain rubber ducks.
Nothing illegal about that at all.
Great.
Mr. Johnson reported to Officer Tonga that he believed the male was an individual named Benjamin Snyder, who, according to Johnson, operates a YouTube channel. Mr. Johnson further explained that civil proceedings were occurring in Oregon and stated that he believed Snyder was sending individuals to his home to harass him. While Officer Tonga was still on the phone with Mr. Johnson, Johnson reported that 2 females had exited a vehicle and were walking toward his property. He also reported that a male driver remained inside the vehicle. Officers Tonga,
which is because he was trespassed at the current period of time, and he was trying to serve him with papers. If this is what I'm thinking it is.
And Richardson responded to the area. Officer Tonga.
So even inside, if this is it, right? So like even inside of the police explaining it, they're basically verifying that Ben did nothing wrong because he didn't leave the vehicle.
Contacted the driver, who identified himself as Benjamin Adams. Although Adams initially stated he was there for unrelated reasons, he later admitted he had been filming Mr. Johnson while Johnson was walking around the exterior.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing illegal. Literally, he later admitted, the way he phrased that, he later admitted, made it sound like some sort of guilt thing. He did not do anything illegal there.
Of his residence. Adams told Officer Tonga that an individual named Benjamin Snyder had flown into Utah on March 7th, 2026, and had contacted Adams requesting assistance with filming.
Yeah, I could just watch Ben's video for it, because this is a pretty long video, and I honestly don't want to watch the entire police justification for it.
Perfect.
Like I'm just gonna look at his video because it's also
Even better.
shorter, and so like the rest of it's just bullshit. Let's just look at this. And also the reason why is that this way we will be completely caught up with this situation, and I won't be like kind of being like, oh, okay, this happened yesterday, that happened the day before. Let's go ahead and do this then. Yeah, this is better. Let's take a look at it. Here we go.
The American Fork Police Department has responded to the video I made about them.
I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department. I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media.
So now I will offer a response to their response. There's a lot of new information in this response that I've been wanting to get for a long time. So we'll go over that first.
It's not, I mean, yes, it's all over Legos in a sense, but really it's over the fact that this is $200,000 of somebody's life savings. Over $200,000 of someone's life savings. And yeah, copying the beta male's voice is a fucking power move.
All right.
One of the main questions in my video was, why did I get swatted for stealing the Legos when this wasn't a mystery to the police officers and they knew that I didn't steal the Legos, that Josh stole the Legos.
I totally forgot. Yeah, by the way, if you guys not caught up on the situation, that's another thing. So homeboy that stole the Legos tried to blame the YouTubers, sent the cops saying, yo, they've got they told them they had heroin. Dude, these guys got detained and searched for over 2 hours because there was accusations of them having heroin. There was accusations that they stole the Legos. The cops came in and did a search. By the way, the cops knew he didn't have the Legos because, again, there is a court case showing all this that they have access to. Like, this is 100% all bullshit. This is what happens when your corrupt police force is taking orders from the goddamn Mormon church. And yes, he does look like John Heder. That's hilarious. Over at Diamond's life savings and corporate police corruption. Exactly. Yeah, they claimed that they were fucking doing heroin. They had heroin on them.
Basically stole a $200,000 collection of Star Wars Legos.
But still, why did they raid my house for stealing the Legos when...
Yeah, with literally... So what you guys might not have seen there...
But still, why did they raid my...
$200,000.
So what he's holding right here is the service paper, the service papers, like when you need to be served. So because the guy was not opening his door, not answering anything to be served with these legal papers, he's got the legal papers in hand. He gives them the cop. The cop takes the legal papers, so he knows they are real. He goes up to the guy's house to serve him, and the guy refuses to be served and closes the door on the cop. So this isn't just like, it's a misunderstanding. The cops know this guy has done nothing wrong. He's holding the paperwork to serve the other dude, and the cops take the paperwork to go serve him.
Collection of Star Wars Legos.
But still, why did they raid my house for stealing the Legos when...
Yeah, with literally no evidence.
An overwhelming amount of evidence that Josh stole the Legos. When I requested
it's not even that Josh stole it. It's that there's no... as far as I know, the police can't just...
They take words from the Mormons. The way it works is the dudes that own the minifig store are real high up at the Mormon church, and the Mormon church donates large sums of money to that local police department on a yearly basis. So basically it's a quid pro quo. The police are breaking the rules and doing illegal shit to follow what the Mormon what these dudes are saying because the Mormon church donates so much money to them. So when you say major stake in the government there, technically yes, like that is actually correct.
Raid your house for no reason. They have to have probable cause to have a search warrant to go in there and do that. Where's the probable cause for this?
Body cam footage of this to try to find the answers myself. They redacted everything, and they claimed it was to protect the victims.
It's ridiculous.
However, one of my friends set up a GoPro as we were getting swatted, and we caught the entire conversation on camera.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
For 3 months, the police department's answer has been, this redaction is important because it protects Josh, the victim of this case. However, we can clearly see that the police are looking for Legos and they saw no Legos. And they redacted this because they were embarrassed that they made such a stupid decision to swat the wrong person.
18 out of the 22
they were
police
so embarrassed of swatting my house for stealing the Legos that in all of the police reports, it is completely redacted. The police department wants this information hidden.
By the way, the police department has been, here's another thing. The police department has been redacting body cam footage. You know, the whole point for body cam footage is so that we as the public can see what happened. The police department here has been redacting the body cam footage. Tell me that's not sus as fuck.
So bad that they're willing to break the law to hide this from everyone. The only
What the fuck?
When you say I didn't think they could do that, they can't. Well, okay, I don't know if this particular town or county or state has specific rules, but in general, they can't. Why it's being done here? So sort of. The only time they can is if it's to protect the victim, like for the same reason this stuff's being redacted in the Epstein styles. So there are exceptions in which it can be redacted, but the person they're redacting it here for isn't the victim; he is the criminal. So the state is Utah. So technically, they can redact body cam footage and whatnot if there's a victim at risk, but they're redacting it in favor of the criminal. That is what they can't do. Yeah, exceptions for when we need a cover up. Got it. Bingo. Exactly. They're not supposed to be able to do that, but corruption can find loopholes. Yep, this is beyond any Lego situations, more of a hierarchy issue. Correct. Yes. Technically, redacting body cam is tampering with evidence. Only if they don't have an unedited version somewhere in like evidence lockup or whatnot. If they made a copy of it and then they're releasing the redacted version as a copy and they've still got the original, that wouldn't be tampering because the original evidence is still there.
The only reason I know about it is because the receipt I got the night I was released from jail and my friend's GoPro that was recording. So even though I've been asking them for 3 months why I got swatted, they finally came up with an answer, which is the Airbnb host told them that I stole the Legos.
During contact with the Airbnb owner, the owner reported
How the fuck would they know that?
During conversations about possible stolen Legos. Specifically, officers wrote in the search warrant affidavit, the homeowner also disclosed that he could hear multiple individuals inside the residence speaking about possibly stolen Lego toys they had taken. Based on that,
that's a different they.
What is the likelihood there's a potential money laundering between the No, I don't think it's money laundering. I don't. I don't think it's. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's money laundering. I think it is as simple as $200,000 is a small fortune. Like $200,000, you can do a whole lot with $200,000. So I think it's the fact of the matter that they own the police force. They've got this $200,000 worth of materials. They don't want to give it up. It depends on when the data becomes public data too, where they redact to release it. Thank you, Sev. I appreciate that.
information, officers added a request within the search warrant affidavit seeking authorization to also search for and seize possible stolen property, including Lego merchandise. 4th District Judge Roger W. Griffin reviewed and approved the search warrant.
I always like giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I will take the police officer's word on this, but something fishy is going on here, and everything can just be cleared up if you unredact the audio and let everyone see the truth. Also, after we got...
Speaking of unredacting the audio, there was a couple of cases where there was multiple cops, and so they had multiple body cams, and only one cop's body cam was redacted. So he still got the audio, by the way. Another reason we know this is corruption, he was able to get the audio from the second cop that was there and sync it up with the cop that was redacted. And since it synced up perfectly, we knew what they were talking about. The cop that was redacted was the cop that was saying, hey, we can't be doing this. They're doing nothing wrong. They are within their rights. So the cop that was redacted was the one cop that was saying these guys are good to go, that they're fine.
Raided, and the police officers found no Legos. All of this footage has been redacted too. And my guess is if the police unredact this footage, we will find out the answers once and for all.
Well, if you cross-reference the audio to something that it wasn't attached to and it matched up perfectly, and then the audio wasn't related to something that was confidential or private or compromising, the odds are they just simply redacted it in order to save face.
Correct.
That's logically what happened. I mean, I don't see how anybody else could come to that conclusion besides that.
While we were getting swatted, one of the police officers decided to injure me for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
He claims it's because I was trying to make a fast movement.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that.
Look at that fat boy on the pavement.
When we replay the footage, you can clearly see I was not making any fast movements.
Yeah.
However, the police
dislocated his shoulder, by the way. He showed the x-rays. Dislocated his shoulder. Claims a fast movement. Let's look at that footage again.
I was not making any fast movements.
Yeah.
He wasn't making any movements.
However, the police department has an answer to this.
During Snyder's detention, Lieutenant Adamson took hold of Snyder's right arm. Lieutenant Adamson later reported that he felt Snyder tense his arm, at which point Adamson moved Snyder's right arm behind his back to place him into custody.
The police department has made
They
it
grabbed his arm and he tensed his arm.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Dylan.
I wonder
appreciate that.
why.
clear. I did not, in fact, make any quick movements like the police officer claims I did. So the police officer was lying, but not fully, because I did tense my arm. However, he lunges at me extremely fast before he even touches me. So how could he even know that I was tensing my arm before he even grabs me?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. There's only
He's
one
also not even grabbing any muscles that you can be tensing in the first place. He's grabbing your wrist.
Cops will beat the shit out of him because he's white, so you beat the shit out of someone. Without, this is Utah. No, this is Utah. They don't play those sorts of games there. Utah would beat the shit out of him if he were black. Not what, like, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of corruption, but I will say this is Utah. They don't like blacks. They love whites. Now, they did talk shit about him being from California. They did talk shit about him being from California. Like, oh, in Utah, we don't play this. Still California boy. No, Sev, not one lawsuit. There are several lawsuits incoming.
And you're a skinny guy like me. Like, this is, I can't really feel fucking anything, right? I mean, like,
solution. This police officer has psychic powers, and he could tell that my arm was tensing up before grabbing me.
He knew.
However, this makes no sense, because if the police officer did truly have psychic powers, he would have known that we were not the thieves. Josh and Brandon were the thieves. So this can't be the case either. I'm trying to have an open mind with these different possibilities of what this could be, but literally the only outcome left is that this police officer injured me for no reason.
Yeah.
However, the police have another response to this of why I must be lying.
In the X-ray image displayed by Mr. Snyder in that video, a small L is visible in the upper right-hand corner
Yeah, so apparently it was a stock photo, which, thank you, I appreciate.
of the X-ray.
I see a large L in the
The
middle
L
screen.
indicates the image is that of the left shoulder. The video shows Lieutenant Adamson handling Schneider's right arm during the arrest.
Yes, the stock footage I used to show what a dislocated shoulder is, an image that's clearly not mine, because I didn't go to the hospital, I went to jail. So how could I have taken this picture? But anyways, the stock image I used is of a left shoulder, when my shoulder that got injured was my right shoulder. When I was editing this, I like to think highly of my audience, that they would have known that this was a stock image and I wouldn't have to spoon feed every tiny detail to my audience. But now I realize that,
To be fair, I thought it was his actual X-ray, so I fell for that. But again, that's irrelevant.
there's another portion of my audience called the American Fork Police Department that maybe I do have to spoon feed every single piece of information to. So I'm going to use this as constructive criticism, and
For
in
sure.
every single episode going forward now that I know that the American Fork Police Department's watching, I will be forced to spoon feed every single detail. As a professional,
I mean, yeah, I thought that was his. I thought that was his shoulder as well. I did.
Thank you, Asmund. Asmund going for the save. It's not just me. To be fair, you're paying attention to the audio, not the visual. Like, the audio is what's important. Okay, Asmund Gold coming in with a save. Thank you.
I mean, like, this is the kind of stuff where it's like making a distinction without a difference.
Correct.
It's like, this is what people like this try to do, is that they try to find like one inconsistency and then try to reverse into everything else is inconsistent, when everything that they're doing is inconsistent, except for maybe one thing that they think is true. It's like a massive distortion.
blackliner. Dislocating my shoulder is almost a monthly thing for me.
Yeah.
The whole weight of my arm is just on this bone.
Oh my God.
Boon.
3 days before I got arrested, I had a really bad ski accident where I had a really bad dislocation of my shoulder, and any movement at all would have dislocated it. So I will say here, I don't think that the police officer was purposely trying to injure me. I think to a normal person, this would have been fine. But for me in particular, this was not good, but it was still unjustified. And the police officer was just making up.
It's obvious that the police were trying to be aggressive and manhandle him in order to scare him into behaving a certain way. That's obviously what was
Is the
happening.
stream still going? Fuck. Did OBS just crash? Yeah, hold on. Did OBS just crash? No, it's still showing that it's up. The whole damn stream just reset. Okay, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. It shouldn't have switched my scene. Like I'm still on StreamYard. StreamYard is showing it's all still going. Weird. I just tried to reshare. The video was coming through. It's just your camera. Yeah, I can see it's just my camera. Why is that? I mean, worst case scenario, I can just switch over to using OBS specifically. It may have actually been StreamYard that crashed, not Discord. Although StreamYard is acting as if it's still going. All right. Okay, it seems like we're back. Seems like we're back now. Yeah, that was incredibly weird. Wild. All right, whatever. Well, we're here. Is there... Hold on a sec. I gotta check something real quick. All right, there's no... Okay. All right, it still says on the YouTube side that we're going as well. I want to check YouTube specifically. That was real weird. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, back to it.
Excuse.
I don't see how this is even a conversation.
Making up
It
an
was the
excuse to
Mormons.
defend it. Another thing I find shocking is the chief of police, even after reviewing the dash cam footage, says that we ran a stop sign.
Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign and failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
The chief of police looked at this video and said, we ran a stop sign. And now he's using that to...
I mean, come on now. Excuse me. Doth my lying eyes deceiveth me? That was a fucking stop. That was obviously an illegal fucking stop on the cop's part. Oh no, the camera's been on the entire time. Hello. Yeah. I don't know. When do you plan to stop being a fucking loser and end it all because you're worthless? Yeah, Latter-day Saints row. I dig it. But yeah, that is obviously a fucking clean stop.
And now he's using that to say...
Let's watch that again.
Check X.
Looked at this video and said, we ran a stop sign.
Wow.
And now he's using that to say, this was a legal traffic stop. The police officers did nothing wrong.
It wasn't even a rolling stop. That was not a rolling stop. That was just like, I'm sorry. If that's a rolling stop, all I do are rolling stops. Like that is more than enough. There was nobody else in the area. It's obvious that they were trying to do this. Like, what are we doing playing games? They have ill intent.
What am I supposed to be seeing on X, hun? What am I supposed to be seeing on X? Man, I'm gonna be real. You say to check X. I'm not literally seeing. We can see it. We can see the video. Oh my God! Wait, it's showing the. Hold on. That doesn't make any sense. It's showing. Try to see your video on YouTube. Still start. Yeah. I see the vid too. I see the video. What are you guys talking about? Isn't Sevi talking about X? They're watching Sevi too. Damn, okay. 70s glasses. Y'all are fucking up this reaction. What are you talking about? Possible she's Leo. Hypno sent you a link. Okay, we need to clear some shit up before I go further. What are you trying to say, Sevi? What is going on? What is the question? I don't... What are you asking for? I sent him a link for something different. Yeah. So that I saw what you sent, Hypno, the Patreon CEO, and that's going to be covered as well. We're going to cover that as well. I appreciate that. Hopefully, yeah, Ezra, you did join the stream at a funny time. Hypno sent me a link. Yes. You know what? All right. We're moving on. Keep the reaction going or ignore the woman. Will do. Will do. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
They're trying to catch him on anything. That's what they're doing.
At this point, we thought the best thing to do was to take Josh to court so he can be legally accountable for the crimes he committed. However, to do that, we are first required to serve him court papers. So we did what the law told us to do.
Okay.
I got a process server and we went to his house to do this the legal way.
And by the way, in the previous video, the cops didn't even believe she was a real process server, despite the fact that she had the process serving papers. Like, they are doing everything to go to bat for this fucking criminal.
However, Josh did not want to do this the legal way.
He called
and
the police.
instead called the police on us.
Joshua Johnson contacted police and reported he was going to shoot someone as a result of the ongoing harassment. Multiple officers immediately responded to the area.
Josh was so scared of going to court that he would rather shoot us than accept these court papers. Josh's logic here is that if he can murder the process server and if he can murder me, then he can get away with his crimes because there'll be no one to sue him in court. However, sadly for Josh, murder is illegal.
Oh, not in the state of California in 1994.
He just admitted his plans to the police officers. The American Fork Police should at least be arresting Josh for trying to use murder as a way to get out of court. But sadly, for some reason, they arrested me instead.
Am I being arrested? Really?
Something about this seems off, and all of the answers are in the body cam footage. However, they redacted all the body cam footage. So this is where I think if we all come together as a community, we can somehow convince the American Fork Police Department to unredact this footage so we can find out why they arrested me.
And by come together as a community, he means make this shit go fucking viral because these are animals. Because this is absolute blatant abuse of power. This is a blatant abuse of authority. This is a blatant abuse of the criminal justice system. It's a blatant abuse of your fucking tax dollars. Like, this is literally top-down corruption, which is why this shit needs to go so mega fucking viral.
Not the guy who threatened to murder me. However, the American Fork Police does not want to unredact the footage right now, and now have made up a new excuse of why I was the one justified being arrested.
What's the reason?
Officer Sombot contacted the Marion County Circuit Court in Oregon to verify the legitimacy of the paperwork. The court confirmed that the case was indeed legitimate, but that papers had already been served and no hearing date had yet been scheduled.
The police department said the reason they arrested me and not Josh is
they hadn't been served. That's what this whole thing is over, is him refusing service and them trying over and over to get him to be served. There will not be, the case cannot move forward until he is served.
Is because they called to confirm if this was a real court case, and they said it was real. However, the papers have already been served.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this solely to get YouTube content. And if that's true, I would like to see footage of it. They released all the raw footage, and that part doesn't seem to be in the raw footage.
It's already been to court, or are you allowed to tell me kind of where they're at with the case?
There is no hearing date set, and there hasn't been a hearing in the case yet. All I see is the claim that was filed.
Yes, the claim that was filed. There's no hearing date because it hasn't been served. And if it hasn't been served, it means it hasn't gone to a fucking judge. You can't get a fucking hearing date until there's a judge. A judge won't be assigned until it's served.
Proof of service or anything. The hearing wouldn't be set until a response is filed by defendant.
Until a response is filed by, since he hasn't been served, there's been no fucking response.
Okay, so the defendant needs to be served with papers before the case will, I guess, start?
Yes.
Okay.
You hear the cop right here say, so the defendant needs to be served, which would imply this is just blatant corruption. If the cop is acknowledging that the defendant hasn't been served, and that's why the case has not gone forward, then the cops know he has not been served. This is blatant fucking corruption. This is disgusting.
So they literally just lied. So it's not even like there's any ambiguity here. They just straight up said, you know,
No, this is a civil case. This is a civil case, Sev.
It's blue, but it was red. Holy fuck. Like, I expected there to be like, you know, okay, well, they're not going to, you know, it was like ambiguous. No, this isn't ambiguous at all. They just straight up fucking lied. Wow.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Holy shit.
That's all for today. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
Right here, the police officer admits that it is March 10th.
On March 10th, 2026.
However, you can see here that Josh doesn't get served until 3 days later.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Served on the 13th of March.
March 13th. So how could Josh have already been served on March 10th if he didn't get served until March 13th?
What a lie.
Unless Josh is a time traveler. There's only one way to clear this all up. American Fork Police Department, show me the time machine.
Yep.
So now they say that I have done all the check marks which constitute stalking. Let's go through them.
Individual commits stalking if the individual intentionally or knowingly engages in a course of conduct directed at a specific individual.
So yes, I did do an action that was targeted at a specific individual, but that's what's required by the court if I want to take someone to court. If someone
When the court says, like, dude, when I was going to court, I'm not going to say what was for, but when I was going to court, I need to serve somebody, right? And I could not get the motherfucker served. I couldn't get the motherfucker served. I ended up having to hire a private investigator to wait outside the individual's house and do all the private investigator shit until eventually, after like 2 weeks went by, finally an opportunity came to serve the motherfucker. Like, meme sent for future use. Oh, I'm curious. Anyway, like the links people will go to avoid being served is insane.
someone steals your stuff and you go through the legal process to take them to court, it is not considered stalking. I have a right as an American to sue him.
Is reckless as to whether that course of conduct would cause a reasonable person to fear for the individual's own safety or the safety of another.
The second check mark is that if a reasonable person would be scared. The police are claiming that since this action made Josh scared, this check mark is complete. However,
yes, he was not scared for his safety. He's scared because he knows he's wrong.
They've
by the way, for those guys that, when I say this has already gone to court and whatnot, this is the second. They're attempting a second lawsuit because the courts ruled in their favor of the first one, and the dude is dodging everything. So now they're starting a second lawsuit.
Completely forgotten about the term reasonable. As we can see, Josh is not a reasonable person. This is someone.
It's beyond that, in my opinion. He didn't even try to engage in a way that was stalking in the first place. He's trying to serve him legal papers. Like, there's no other alternative. And even the police said they were going to give it to him. Like, there's so many things wrong with this. It's insane. The police even served him the legal papers and he refused them, which a refusal of service is still considered a response in Utah. And that would be sufficient enough for them to continue on with the trial that would lead to a default judgment. So what's funny is that, like, it's already over to begin with. We already looked this up.
One who multiple times has tried to silence someone by.
So we are going to take a brief moment of respite because Hypno did a thing. Hey Leon, check your X. I can't see the video. Pause the stream. Sure thing. You can't see it on YouTube, right? On YouTube, right? Just want to make sure you guys were aware.
Accusing them of being on heroin.
Here's the crazy thing. They told me that they took over that location because the owners were using the location to fund their heroin addiction.
What?
Yeah, and that's how they took it over, and saying they had like a pigeon in there that was crapping all over the Legos and it smelled bad, all this stuff.
This is someone who threatened to murder me just for trying to serve him papers. This is not a reasonable person. It is not reasonable to threaten to murder someone just for serving papers. A reasonable person would accept the papers, so that second checkbox does not meet the requirements. I even tried explaining that.
I will say, to be fair, I will say that Sevi absolutely does make a better Anakin than Hayden Christensen. Much prettier Anakin than Hayden Christensen. So you got that going for you, hon.
This to one of the police officers early on.
What the law says is if the average person would feel unsafe by our behaviors. So I think he's feeling unreasonably unsafe. A reasonable person would not feel unsafe in the situation. Well, I could say the same thing. I feel unsafe trying to conduct business with him, and he calls the police on me to hide. I feel unsafe because of that. Because we had a 3-hour search on our car. He said we had heroin in our car yesterday. We had a 3-hour search on our car. That makes me feel unsafe. I think that's reasonable for me to feel unsafe. It's not reasonable for him to feel unsafe.
So Josh is actually the one who said he was going to murder me if I take him to court. But now
That's good.
I'm the one that's being looked into for threatening to murder Josh. How does this make any sense?
Mr. Johnson alleged
It doesn't make any sense, but it is, again, from the top down corruption. And what I say at the very beginning of this, I know there's been a lot of chicanery afoot since we started this, but I'll repeat myself. This dude is going to do anything to minimize the situation, to obfuscate, to overcomplicate, to make it seem like it's more that it's so much bigger than it is, to try and paint all the blame on Ben instead of on the police department. And I was right on the fucking money. This police statement is not, hey, we had some officers, they conducted themselves in a way that was unbecoming of an officer. We've reassigned the cases. We are handling this properly. Like, there will be disciplinary action involved. Not doing any of that. They're basically saying, this dude's a fucking criminal. You know, feel sorry for us because we have to go through all this. And they are blatantly lying and abusing power. You are watching corruption happen in real fucking time.
that Mansell had hired Benjamin Snyder to harass, stalk, vandalize the store, threaten to murder the manager of the store.
Now let's go to the heroin claim. We got pulled over by the police.
That's a lot.
They claimed that we had heroin on us.
This officer's going to conduct a search of your person because these substances in the vehicle.
Most of this footage is redacted. So again, there's a big mystery of what happened. Can we all come together and convince the American Fork Police Department to unredact this so we can find out the truth? However, what the police is claiming now is that they did not get a call saying that we had heroin on us. Instead, they could just tell from the second we pulled over that our eyes were glossy.
They could tell that you were on heroin because they could see that you were on heroin. Oh, okay.
During the interaction, Officer Fraughton indicated he believed Shaw's eyes appeared glossy and expressed concern regarding possible impairment.
So when they, by the way, in their own like GoPro footage, when they showed, yeah, we're willing to take any drug tests, we're willing to do your field sobriety tests, we'll do whatever you ask. Explain to me how they were not able to determine then, oh, looks like these boys are fine, because they knew it was, as Sevi just said, bullshit. Like, you could see Ben and his crew say, yeah, we'll fucking do your drug tests. We'll do your field sobriety tests. Yeah, let's do it. They spent 2+ hours searching the car for drugs. No, these are not bad cops. These are actively corrupt, evil cops. Bad cops are cops that fuck up. I was a bad cop. I wasn't good at it. I was a bad cop. These are evil, corrupt cops.
If we look back on the raw footage, this is what the police officer said his first interaction with us was like.
Good with these guys being able to drive?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see anything clear as day with Tyler that I noticed.
What's the goal of...
right now? Yeah, I was gonna scare him a little bit and let him go. Is all I really was gonna do.
We have.
Oh yeah, that's how I want my cops to be acting. So I want my cops to be acting. Now, to be fair, I actually do want cops acting like that towards, the unsavories of the world. But this dude clearly ain't an unsavory of the world.
Charges, or are we just tired of them being annoying?
Do we have charges, or are we just trying to make some bullshit up? Oh my God. And this is what they didn't redact. Think about that. So they didn't redact this. Think about how totally crooked and bullshit it must be, the stuff that they had to get rid of. Oh my God.
It seems hard to take what the chief of police is saying seriously because so far, almost everything he said is a lie. So the only way we can actually find out the truth is if we unredact everything.
Yeah.
We already know the victim's name is Joshua.
It's what I've always said. The people who are fighting to have less information are usually lying to you or trying to take advantage of you. It's just another example of that.
Johnson. Why do we have to keep that protected? His name is already out there. None of these redactions are protecting anything except for the police. And now I want to acknowledge my friend Sheldon's arrest.
The group stated they were supporting a GoFundMe campaign for a dying man. One of the individuals later identified as Sheldon Norcross.
Again, Randall, guys, garbage would imply that they are bad at their job. This is systematic evil corruption. This is like just saying they're garbage is like, oh, like I'm garbage at a video game. No. Well, I mean, yes, I'm garbage at a lot of video games, but imagine if I was actually using cheating tools. If I was like going in to online tournaments and using, like aimbotting or something like that. That's not being garbage. That is being actively malicious.
Officer Richardson then decided to seize Norcross's phone, pending the approval of a search warrant, in order to preserve potential evidence and prevent the deletion or alteration of any data. According to Officer Richardson's report, when Norcross was informed that the phone was going to be seized, Norcross immediately began manipulating the device.
Manipulating the device is such a bullshit faggot-ass term for locking his phone, which he is allowed to do. Which he is absolutely allowed to do. Manipulating the device is that the way that we hear these fucking video game companies use corpo speak and all the shills use corpo speak. This is cop corpo speak. Manipulating it. He went to lock his phone. That is not manipulating the device. What he is doing is manipulating this fucking conversation.
The police officer claims
manipulating the device. You mean locking the device so they can't access it without a search warrant? Like Correct. This is such a crazy vocabulary switch.
That Sheldon was arrested because he opened his phone to start deleting evidence. However, we can clearly see in the footage Sheldon's thumb is heading towards that lock button to lock his phone. His phone was open.
And did you see the way the cop fucking snatched it? Dude, so many lawsuits, baby. Hard to believe I used to have respect for the police, and now I hate them, and yet they are still a necessary evil. I juggle with that every day.
When he pulled it out, and the phone was transitioning from on to off, not from off to on. From this response, it almost seems like the police officers didn't even watch the video. So American Fork Police Department.
Well, it's very obvious that they don't even really care about being accurate about this. They don't even care about making sure that their story aligns with what the publicly available information is. And the reason why is that they think they're going to completely get away with it and there not to be any accountability. And I think that's the biggest and the most annoying thing about it is that the fact that they're so sloppy and so lazy about this because they think that they're completely immune to any consequences.
If you're going to be corrupt, at least cover it up better is basically what Asmigol is saying.
That's what's so fucking annoying.
Your teacher, here's your homework. First off, learn the facts of what actually happened.
Yeah, just watch your own videos.
Stop lying about the facts. No one's believing it. The third thing is unredact the audio that makes the police look bad. Some of the best lawyers in the United States are reaching out to me right now, so eventually this is going to get released. Wouldn't you just like to get this over with sooner rather than dragging this out? The more we drag this out, the more content we get, so this only benefits me to drag this out. It doesn't benefit you. If you unredact the illegally redacted parts now, you'll win over audience support much faster.
No, they won't. Audience support is gone. There is no way to win over support. You've already exposed to every degree how corrupt and evil. The only way that you're going to win over any modicum of support is that you fire every single officer that was involved in this period. And even then, it's not going to do much, but it'll do something. This was a systemic abuse of power. There is no way to come back for this, as far as I can tell.
It's kind of funny because a lot of you guys probably think I'm like trying to like make fun of this other cop by how he was talking.
Brother, you mind turning up the volume? Holy, it's actual ASMR. Wow. I cannot really hear him. Why is he whispering?
No, I'm actually just like super sick right now. I haven't been sleeping, so I'm trying to get out part 3 as fast as I can.
Criminal charges.
That's caused me just to like stay up all night, every night, and not sleep. And
These are not sheriffs. Oh my God. If you're going to talk, at least know what you're talking about. These are not sheriffs.
I'm sick and have no voice. But yeah, I guess it kind of, I don't know why that police officer was talking with such a low, quiet voice, but that's why I am. At least I wasn't making fun of him. I literally am just genuinely sick. But if you want to see,
is he still in Mexico?
Part 3, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/recklessben. Part 3 will be up there very soon. Part 2, I'm only dealing with misdemeanors, but Part 3 is when they start accusing me of felonies. So it gets insane. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna crank out videos in the meantime until Part 3 is done. But thanks for all the support, and let's find Brian's Legos.
Wow. Bro, like what a bunch of fucking bullshit. So they just made everything up. So again, make sure, guys, make sure to give Ben a sub. We are going to look at the update from Patreon. So we are caught up with this situation and we are looking at everything in real. They're suing the CEO. I know, we're going to look at that right now, okay? And yeah, take a look. Make sure to give it a sub. I think Ben is going to hit 1 million subs probably by tomorrow, if not the next day. And I think this is completely deserved. We need more people like Ben that are holding these companies and these assholes accountable. And also these police officers. We need our police officers. We need to have law enforcement. And to have these piece of shit pigs sitting there making up bullshit, lying, inventing fake charges, trying to scare people into leaving, siding with businesses over a dying old man. I mean, again, this is the reason why you need internal investigations.
I mean, not only is all that what Fab was talking about, juggling the juxtaposition of we do need law and order, but also there's this absolute corruption that goes on here. Like, for me, it was COVID is what made me anti-cop. COVID is what made me anti-cop. Now, again, by and large, I acknowledge we need law enforcement. That's obvious. You can't have a fucking functioning society without law enforcement. But when you see cops going in and shutting down mom and pop businesses because they're not following these state mandated rules for a fucking flu, that is authoritarianism bullshit. And most cops are just dogs of the state. Most cops are absolutely just dogs of the state. He passed 1 million subs today. Good.
And you know what really makes me mad is it gives all of those fucking crusty parasites that say that they hate police, ACAB, all cops are bastards. You know what I really fucking hate is it makes them right. It makes them right, and they should never be right because they're retards. But every once in a while, these pigs go out there and start turning the law enforcement into effectively another private security force. That's what makes me more mad than anything about this. The fact that you have these clowns doing it. And I am going to watch. We are going to look at the Patreon CEO. Okay. We are going to do that. Let's take a look at it.
Double yes.
I'm assuming if I just search this, the first thing that's going to come up. Okay. So.
Dear Creator Community.
All right.
My name is Jack.
Here we go. So this is the response, and this is the owner of Patreon. That's my understanding. Here we go. John Patreon. That's right. Let's take a look at it. Pineapples, bro. After this, we're going to do pineapples.
Dear Creator Community, my name is Jack Conti, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Patreon. On May 29th, Patreon received an official takedown request filed by Bricks and Minifigs for media and accounts related to Reckless Ben and an ongoing dispute regarding a local Lego consignment issue. This is the verified complaint with exhibits. This is the request for immediate content removal pursuant to temporary restraining order. And this is the motion for the temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction. So after an extensive review and investigation by Patreon's trust and safety team, we have in fact, unfortunately determined that Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Yes! Yes, look, I like Patreon. There's a reason that we don't use Patreon. Was front and center for doing pulling down MAGA accounts and stuff like that. They were front and center for being all in on censorship. All right, Patreon's been fucked. But that's a W. That is a fucking W. Holy shit. I was not expecting that. Well done.
Ben's page up. And if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't like that, they can sue us.
I thought I was going to say they can start a GoFundMe. Or they can start a Patreon.
Patreon out.
Bro, fucking
wow.
Face.
Wow.
Agreed, Edmund Weber,
God
yeah.
damn. Holy shit, what a guy. What a fucking guy. So he just says that again. Yeah, TLDR, my lawyers are better than your lawyers. Patreon. Yeah, and also, by the way, Patreon is my understanding is like a much bigger company, right? And that's it. Galaxy-based behavior. Yeah, this is awesome, man. I'm happy to see that. Bricks and Scams is worth like 40 mil. Patreon's worth 800 million. Yeah, I mean, I wonder. And also, by the way, they have to say this because if the idea is that
a company, this, by the way, if the other people still there, they've been, yeah. Look, the outcome is what matters. I agree with you in theory, but the outcome is what matters.
Can just send some sort of like legal paperwork and then Patreon shuts you down. That's going to make people afraid to use Patreon. So like you have to understand that like this is a huge advertisement for his service, for him reaffirming that we are actually on your side as the creator, we care about you, etc. So like he's making the right decision with this. Absolutely. It's totally the right decision. What about Tyler Oliveira? I mean, again, like my understanding is that the Jews might have more money than the Mormons, but I guess we'll find.
There's no might. The Jews absolutely have more money than the Mormons. It's not even close. Now, I would like to see that war. I would like to see that battle, dude. I feel like that battle would be legendary. The Jews versus the Mormons. The space lasers versus because Mormons, they got like this paramilitary force. The Jews got the space laser. I want to see that movie. But the Jews do got more money.
Out, right? And who knows also, like I don't even know how they got it taken down. And also, by the way, that's a great point. Why don't we ask him why they took down Tyler?
You got to do it. It's not about giving them too much credit. It's about giving them the right amount of credit. You look at it on a case-by-case basis, right? This right here was the objective correct move, not only to side with Ben, also to make a public statement and have that public statement basically be a meme saying stuff it. Like in this instance, just like what I was doing with David Jaffe earlier. I don't know if you were watching or not. Just like I was doing with David Jaffe. I was giving David Jaffe all the props when they were due, despite the fact that dude is a raging fucking faggot-ass loser. So that's kind of where you're at with it. Like you give the credit, you give the right amount of credit, not too much credit.
The eras, right? I mean, I think that's a good question. And so, anyway, a huge PR and General W.
I've looked at
massive
all
W.
the details of it.
And again, like what they're trying to do is they're trying to just simply go and shut down any form of independent journalism or accountability because they can't stand to be held accountable. I think that's really what's happened. And I think it's embarrassing. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm glad that finally, there are companies standing up to this. This is awful. I'll link you guys this video here, okay? And then I've got to we will get the pineapples and we're going to try those out, okay, guys? We're going to try those out, then we're going to see what happens. Can Lego go after BAM? I think Lego should. If Lego
like Swedish or
if
something,
Lego called them and said like, hey, we don't like what's going on here. This is damaging our brand.
You're good, public.
If you want to maintain a relationship, you've got to sort this out. Like that would be the silver bullet, by the way. And I would be okay with that. That would be good. The only thing that would bother me about this is the issue that I would have, is that like if that did happen, I'd cut ties with them completely. They can't. They're the biggest distributor. I mean, again, don't forget chef hat. I don't have a chef hat, right? Make sure you use a fork. I will. I'm going to use a fork. It's damaging Lego. It is. It's damaging Lego. It's making them look really bad.
I don't think it's damaging Lego. They have no affiliation with Lego aside from they sell Legos. I don't think it's damaging to Lego whatsoever.
Can take their license if they don't mediate. Oh yeah, I'm assuming that they probably have a clause for arbitration. That's probably what you're trying to say. I don't think that they want to do that. They probably don't want to do that. It's not beneficial for them at all. So they're probably going to try to avoid doing that entirely. So yeah, I'm not really expecting to see that happen, but I mean, who the fuck knows?
Alrighty, crew, and that's that. I'll go ahead and link you the video like I always do. There's that, and we're gonna wrap up for the day because I got some errands to run. But yeah, man, this is a great stream. We got to dog walk Hassan Piker, got to talk about the God of War situation, and go over this expose of complete and utter systemic government corruption. What a great stream. And on top of that, D-Stock is leaving, which is even better because I don't ever want him to come back. D-Stock's fucking gay. So yeah, W fucking stream. We out here like 4 circles. Let me see who is live, and we'll do a raid. Give me one moment here. And then we'll be back tomorrow for another episode of the Lunch Hour, as we always are. All right, let's see. Who is live? So we got Kara, got Mike, Smooth, Tomby. You know what? We'll do Yarny. I haven't raided Yarny in a while. We're going to raid over into Yarnwich. There's nobody streaming on Kick that I'm aware of right now. So no Kick raid. But yeah, we're going to raid Yarnwich. That's that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. May or may not be on Zax's channel tonight. We'll see. And until next time, it's all here in the Nerd Sphere. This has been Where's the Paradise. Thank you for the donos, by the way. Absolutely thank you for the donos. Truly appreciate you.